if you guys knew this or not.
Yeah?
But our privacy terms have changed. So we will be sending an email to your inbox.
Yeah, I'm sure.
For the EU. That's all my email has been filled with this week. Like,
I know.
The EU cares about your privacy. They just don't care about your inbox load, your inbox storage. Yeah, haven't you gotten anything from like tech companies? EU has passed some law.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh, there we go.
There we go. I had to wiggle his little nut.
Yeah.
Oh my!
Little button.
Whatever, sometimes it takes Jordan something a little extra to get him going.
Oh no, you're doing it again.
It's weird.
There we go. This mixer's just jacked up. It was this mixer's like an old war horse.
It's like a hand-me-down.
Yeah.
It's a war horse.
We're gonna have to upgrade that
someday.
It's just falling apart.
Someday. Oh. And I had not changed
we
the
haven't
box
even
rate.
switched
Okay,
over.
well, there we go.
There you go. Welcome, everybody.
This guy needs to be replaced, too. This
We're
guy
amateur. We're
An
pros.
old war horse.
We are
I'm an
pros,
old
everybody.
war horse.
Welcome, everybody. We are the XoneBros. This is your positive gaming and Xbox One community. This is podcast number 212.
Oh, yeah, baby.
Yes, thank you so much for joining us. First and foremost, before we get started, we got a package. Let's open a package. Let's do a package.
Check out our package.
Let's do a package. This Titan Rogue in the community sent us a gift. If you'd like to send us gifts, we do like them. Who doesn't? Right? P.O. Box 984, Farmington, Utah.
Nice.
84025.
I don't know what it is. Here, hold it
So
up
we don't know.
here.
So
Yeah,
for the
what is
record,
it?
this has not been opened. I just cut it right
Share a
before the
Coke.
show. So it's in a share a Coke
It's
box.
in a Coke box.
I'm kind of excited. I hope it's a Coke. A little
Okay,
bit.
ready? Here we go. We're
I can
opening
go
it
for
up.
a
He's
Coke.
opening it up. Oh, it's very well packaged.
Oh.
It's got a receipt.
Is it a Coke?
The shipping receipt.
Oh.
Oh yes.
I'm excited. What is this?
Oh, shut up.
Oh, that's
That is so
wow.
cool. We got it here. Can we close in on this? So here we go, guys. Close in on my camera. So
I'm gonna
it's
open
a
up
bottle
Mark's.
of Coke, like the
Don't open
glass,
up mine.
the glass bottle of Coke. Flip it around. XoneBros. Oh my
That's-
goodness,
that's
Titan
super
Rogue.
cool.
This is one of the coolest things ever.
Hashtag share a Coke.
Hashtag share a Coke. The XoneBros.
Can I have one?
Oh,
I
here we
mean, I
go.
don't have one
Here
in
we
my
go.
hand
Here
yet.
we go.
No, he didn't send you one. I don't
Yeah,
know. I think you just.
Because
There
this
you
is
go.
going right up on
There
the
you go.
shelf.
Oh, that's so cool. Thank you very much, Titan Rogue. This is one of the coolest things I've ever gotten.
Dude, check this out. There's no expiration date on this thing. You can drink it whenever.
Oh, that's because Coke. It disintegrates pennies.
Then you slap the X1 on there. Disintegrates nickels as well.
Disintegrates not just pennies,
Nickels and pennies.
quarters.
Quarters.
Right. Anyways, thank you very much, everybody.
Wow, that's really cool. Thanks. I'll show it off. Here, David, you show the Coke side.
Okay, Coke side.
I'll show
there we
the
go.
XoneBros
The
side, just
side
right
by
there.
side.
Oh, you can't see it on the
it's too
screen.
far away.
It's
That's
an
okay.
Easter egg.
Here, I'll put it down
It's a slight Easter egg.
That's okay. We know it's there. But that's the important thing.
Yeah,
As always,
go.
I'm joined by the bros, the XoneBros, first and foremost.
Yo.
He's sporting the badass Positive Gaming T-shirt. It's Mr. McSpicy, Mark Haywood. I believe that's Heather Gray. Is that the?
I think that's actually the
I
correct
think that's Heather Gray.
name of this shirt.
Heather
color.
Gray sounds like an awesome superhero alias.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
All right, when we create our own comic, actually
Yeah.
we do have a comic, but our own superhero comic.
Yeah.
Heather Gray.
Heather Gray. Okay.
Heather Gray.
Oh, I keep
It's a good
pressing
superhero name.
I keep pressing the.
You're
I
like
keep
doing
screwing
it.
things up.
Second, it's
I'm so sorry.
It's Jordan the Man. He's got a mad
Oh.
tan line. It's Jordan the Man, Jordan Paskett.
Hello.
How you doing, Jordan?
Good.
What'd you play this week? Did,
Dude,
did you get to jump into Divinity Original Sin 2 like you
No,
wanted to?
no, because I'm waiting for you guys.
Okay.
'cause, I think that'd
You
be
wanna share
fun.
the moment.
Well, it's because it's literally like I don't know, I think it's perfect Dungeons and Dragons just like on the console.
Yeah.
It's a really fun role playing game. I mean, not necessarily just Dungeons and Dragons, but it's a really fun role playing game. I want to play with you guys. It's a good time.
Yeah, no.
So hey, he sent us a message.
Oh, there's a
enjoy.
message. Oh.
Happy gaming.
I just like throw.
Yeah.
I'm like the guy that like throws away the letter.
Yeah.
Enjoy, happy gaming.
Yeah.
Hashtag share a Coke. Oh my goodness.
This
Thank you
is really
so
cool.
much. Yeah, this is so cool.
Yeah, I'm
Titan Rogue.
This is
the
one of those
man.
things like I can only enjoy from a distance.
Yeah.
because
Don't put
drink
these.
it.
Yeah. Don't put these in the fridge or someone's gonna come over. Oh,
Yeah.
Coke.
Oh yeah, this is cool.
I gotta.
Just drink it.
That's shelf worthy. Thank you very much.
Oh, so cool. Mr. McSpicy, you played Fortnite this week, I imagine. You play Fortnite every week.
I played it way too much because the challenges this week are driving me crazy. There's one challenge in specific.
Okay.
It's driving me absolutely
What
bonkers.
challenge is that?
It's you have to kill somebody with a trap. That used to be
yeah.
easy. They nerfed it, so it only does 75 damage now. It's so hard to do. For me, probably like if you're a professional, you could just do it with your eyes closed. But me, no. I'm
Your nephews have probably done it 3 times already.
The 5-year-old
They're
down
good.
the street. Go ask
They know
him
how
for
to do
help.
it, man.
You guys are so cool. You guys are really cool.
Go ask the 8-year-old across the street for help.
Hey, you know what? I might just do that.
No, that's true.
No, and I actually feel like I'm slowing down in my.
Your old
I
age.
used to be so good at video games, and now I feel like my brain can't keep up.
No, you know what it is? I don't think that's it. I think it's that you don't have the time.
Maybe.
You know what I mean?
Well, think
Because
about
when
it.
you're a kid, what do you got to worry about?
Yo, it's Friday night. Oh, they're all playing
How much money your
games,
parents are
and they
going
got
to
they
give
to
you
sleep in
to
tomorrow?
go hang out with your friends? And
I'm not giving my kids any
then
money.
Gaming. Wait, you're not giving your kids any money?
No, I'm adopting the Kratos lifestyle.
Yeah, I'm going to beat my kids.
Boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, as well.
And like, yeah.
All right. Well, I bet they'll be really good at Fortnite.
The Kratos lifestyle, they'll be able to take on monsters
Yeah.
like nobody's business.
I'll say, don't shoot the boy, and then I'll rip it out of his hand.
When I
and
climb
yell
up
at him,
ladders-
what did you do?
When I climb up ladders, I'm going to have him jump on,
Jump
my,
on my
back.
back. Yeah.
And as I climb up, you know? No matter where he is, he's going to fly to my back and just jump on.
He's
There
like
you
the
go.
hammer as well. Like, he's like the axe. just
So
in
has
boy form.
Fortnite? I was thinking about this today because I was thinking about you. Sometimes at work I just have a nice sit and I think about you, Mark.
Yeah.
Who doesn't?
I mean, it's just natural.
Hey.
That's the kind of influence you have over
You
my
got to
life.
think about something. Might as well be me, right?
Yeah, right. So Fortnite, you're just so into
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah.
Who is it?
Has it taken over Overwatch from you? Like, is it
Oh, yeah,
at this point
absolutely.
better than Overwatch for you?
No question. Yeah.
Wow.
You might change your mind this week.
Oh,
Okay.
that's right.
I like that. I mean,
There's-
I still enjoy Overwatch.
Let's just say there's
you know,
a certain
I-
something that'll tickle the old
Tickle the old Overwatch bone
Overwatch bone. Yeah.
and get you right back in there.
Okay. Well, I'm excited to hear what you got to say
I'll
then.
tell you. I think you would appreciate it. I really appreciated it.
I'm not alone though. I think there's a lot of people from a lot of different, different game
Cultures, I guess. I don't know.
Game cultures?
Games, genres.
Yeah, that
Or
are jumping on a
countries.
Fortnite. Especially because Fortnite came out this week with some pretty
Oh yeah, they.
life-changing news for esports.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Oh, can we just talk about that now?
Yeah.
Can we talk about that now?
Yeah.
100 million
so
life-changing esports.
Yeah, Fortnite came out with a tweet that said for the next. They didn't say specifically for the next year in the tweet, but they discuss it in the next year. They are putting into a prize pool and tournament funding for $100 million for Fortnite for 1 year.
So they could have 100 tournaments worth $1 million
Yeah.
if they wanted to.
And prizes.
prizes,
$100
yeah.
million. Do you know how many zeros that is?
It's a lot.
That's a lot of zeros. I had to look it up.
And you know what's funny is they're probably just going to use everybody else's
It's like
stage
not-
to
it's
do
like
it.
It's 8 zeros.
I don't even know
it's
right
eight
now.
zeros and a 1.
I just know it was 3 commas.
It's 8
Wait, 3
zeros and a
commas?
1.
It's a million. I
One,
think 3 commas.
two.
No. Is 2 commas a
commas.
million?
Oh yeah,
2
3
commas is
a billion.
6.
I don't know.
I know, it's
just
three-
know.
I don't know.
I
There's
was
a lot
like,
of money.
holy
You're
cow!
not used to
And-
seeing that much zeros.
And this week, and I predicted this when I saw the tweet, right? Because I talked to you earlier on the week, and I think I talked to you too,
Yeah.
Jordan.
Yeah.
With that amount of prize pool, you're going to get a lot of professional gamers
Jumping
from
over, yeah.
everywhere else jumping in on this train.
Oh, yeah.
And I've seen that already. There are StarCraft players that are now playing Fortnite.
MOBA.
Yeah.
League of Legends
Yeah.
is losing people.
And how nuts? Well, because Fortnite last month alone made over $200 million.
Oh, yeah.
right?
So that's a month. That's half a month.
Jordan was saying they have so much money they don't know what to do with it right now, right?
Give some
Yeah.
to us.
Well, I was telling Mark.
You
Yeah.
know?
Have you guys ever seen? There's a SpongeBob episode. Is way back when. There's a SpongeBob episode where Patrick and SpongeBob like make their own Krusty Krab competitor restaurant, right?
Sure.
And they're making tons of money, right? And the news people's like, "What do you do with all that money?" He's like, "Well, we didn't know what to do with it. First, we gave it away. We did this. We this." He's like, "Eventually, we started burning it." Yeah, that's
Maybe
what they're doing.
Fortnite is forging their money, faking it. Making
There's no way.
making dollar bills and then just slightly altering it
I have
so that they're not
no.
sued.
I'm looking at the data
Slightly
pool.
altering it so they're not sued.
The data pool. that's funny.
See what I did there?
Yeah, I did. I'm looking at the data pool of just me, right? Just
Just you. Survey of one.
survey of me. I have never spent money on a free-to-play game besides Hearthstone, and I only do that on the DLC just to support them, right?
Yeah.
And of course, I want the cards, but outside of Hearthstone, I have never spent money on a free-to-play game. I have spent $200 so far on Fortnite.
Oh my goodness!
So they have a working formula.
That's like four full-priced games right there.
I know. I'm confused.
I'm confused at what they did.
But
to me.
I see all the bells and whistles that
like
they release every day.
It's like they
and
hypnotize
I want to
you.
go toot toot. I want to blow that horn.
So this is where that legitimately just does change esports. So Madden gives a measly $50,000 for their prizes.
That used to be a lot.
Yeah, there used to be a lot. That's nothing. That forces them. They've got to up their price pool because Madden makes so much money. Are you kidding me? And they $50,000, so they're gonna have to up their prize pool. PUBG is gonna have to up his prize pool. Halo, in fact, they had a Halo free for all winner this last week. Halo's gonna have to up their prize pool.
If anybody can do it, it is Microsoft.
These are we just hit professional sports contract level money, basically, right?
Yeah.
Well,
At $100 million.
Well, and there's tournaments going on.
is there anybody that makes $100 million?
Well, in all fairness, so that's total for the year. And one of those, they're doing a Fortnite event at E3, and like $9 million is the prize, or I don't know. It's a huge number that's the prize, but it goes to charity, not to the winner. It goes to charity, and it's like a celebrity tournament type of deal.
But that's not even 1%.
Yeah,
I know,
9
right?
million's a
But what I'm
nickel.
saying is, so they're
What,
using
100
it in
million?
multiple ways. So it's not like one grand prize of.
Well, yeah,
100 million.
it's a prize pool for the year.
Yeah.
Well, and I think that money isn't just prize pool. I think it's for organization of the tournaments and everything like that. I think it's just
All right, cut out $50 million for that. Right?
Did you-
I mean,
you know-
you're still.
Do you know what kind of
pay
tournament
me-
I can organize for $50 million?
No kidding. I mean, there's gonna be a lot. You thought the Ubisoft E3 last year was big. You know,
Let
with
me
the
tell you,
fireworks.
dancing bears on stage, that's nothing.
$50 million
Oh.
for organization. Oh, geez.
For the year, That's,
Yeah.
Reactor Leak in chat says there's a major esports arena now at the Luxor in Vegas. So it's getting big.
Yeah,
Getting
I
real big.
believe that's where Ninja threw his own personal tournament. He's a Fortnite player.
Yeah.
And
I've
yeah.
been to the Luxor Pyramid.
Well, there's tournaments going on like outside of that number as well.
Yeah.
There was I was watching a tournament today. They're actually doing one every week. It's a $10,000 prize. What they've been doing every Friday for the last 3 weeks. They've been having 32 streamers / YouTubers. They call it the Best Friends Tournament, and they just grab one of their friends. That's another streamer or YouTuber, right? And it went on today, and it's actually going on right now, I believe. And the winner just gets $10,000 every week.
Yeah.
And that's outside. That's just a corporate sponsor wanting their name on a screen. And when you get 32 streamers, YouTubers, you're in the millions of viewers, right?
Oh, yeah.
So that's an easy advertising cost to just throw that out there.
I mean, we got like $100 we could do something with. You think we could put together a little tournament? Like 5 people will watch.
And they
That's
can't
crazy.
be good. The thing about these tournaments that we do, we all have to suck.
So in chat, Cat with the Hats says, I bought the Founders Pack, but it's my kids that play Crack Night. That's interesting because Crack Night, Fortnite, Minecraft is referred to oftentimes as Minecrack because it's just so addicting. And and McSpicy and I talked about this yesterday, actually, off stream here. I think Fortnite is the new Minecraft because when you watch
It's
when
doing
you
what
watch it
Minecraft
being
did.
streamed and if anybody that's playing with like listeners in game, it's the same age group that used to be playing Minecraft is now playing Fortnite,
Yeah.
and that's a huge group of people. I mean, Minecraft is ginormous.
Yeah.
And now a lot of those kids are on playing Fortnite. It's crazy.
Well, the original Minecraft kids are grown up now because Minecraft came out in like 2009.
oh yeah.
2010.
But I mean, it's been huge among that age group, that young
Yeah.
age group
Yeah.
for a while now.
No, yeah,
Not Fortnite.
I play with my nephews all the time, and they're hilarious. And
Yeah.
I
Are
give
they
it-
good?
So they're good enough to be on my team.
There's a
They're not
certain,
good enough for your standards. Good enough for the people you roll
Mark
with.
has tryouts.
Yeah.
He has his first squad and
You
his
yell
second
at them
squad.
ever? You're like, hey guys, hey,
Dude.
you need to take this more serious.
It's
You know there's $100 million on the line here? What? What, you got to go to bed?
School night?
know
School
what's
night?
funny?
No, there is no school.
I think I'm a bad uncle, okay? Because I'm like, do you need to go to bed? And of course my nephew's like, oh no, my parents let me stay up all night long.
They're like under their covers.
Yeah, totally.
You know,
It's in there. I
sneaking
know
it.
the Xbox is in their bedroom, so yeah. So they're just lying to their parents. So, and I don't care. I want them on my team.
Yep. Oh, well, whatever. If you ruin your life, I don't care.
It is a school night, but whatever. Yeah.
School, $100 million?
I could just say, "Hey, he told me it was cool."
Hey, it's not my fault.
He lied to me.
Hey, you showed him how to use the parental controls.
Yeah.
And
Which
there's
as
timers
of-
on
yeah.
there. There is timers on there.
timers, yeah.
So
I didn't show, but I don't want to lose a player.
you didn't show them purposely how to use
You
the
like
timers?
you told them how to block like a different game,
Dude.
and so they're going to block like
From
the same
age
game.
like 8 to 15, do you know how good those people are at PvP right now?
Yeah.
That's a good demographic to have on your side.
yeah.
If you haven't joined us on Discord yet, your life probably sucks a little. It's not as good as it could be, and it could be better. Just come join us on Discord. Discord's a cool place where you can just come hang out. It's basically like gamer chat, and it's awesome. It's the most used app on my phone. Come hang out, have fun with the amazing community. Just head to XoneBros.com/Discord to join the server. It's where we hang out and chat about all things gaming 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Come hang out and have fun. XoneBros.com. Hit the Discord button, picture that's there, and join us. It's a fun time. Jordan, so what did you play this week then? If you did you? Oh, State of Decay 2, right?
Oh yeah, I played that.
Yeah, I played that too. Yeah.
So so you both jumped into State of Decay 2.
Yeah.
A lot more. A lot more hours in that. Last week was kind of our first impressions. Give me your final thoughts and review here, Jordan the man.
I like it. I think it's worth the $40 price tag. I mean,
Oh,
or the $10 Game Pass.
So last
price
week,
tag. It's really good.
you really liked it. Does it stay at that really like?
Yeah, I
Has
still
it
really like it.
improved? Has it?
No, I
has
still
it
really
gone
like
down?
it. Yeah, I really like it.
Now, what about the glitches? Everybody talks about the glitches that kind of hurt the score in a lot of reviews.
I haven't noticed any.
I mean-
Actually, I did get a car stuck.
Well, I mean, but that's
But is that a glitch or just user error?
I think that's user
Is that
error.
user error?
Because
Okay.
I've had
It's called
that
the
happen
Jordan
lots
Man
of times.
glitch.
Yeah.
I get high centered all the time.
Yeah, I did, and I was like,
And
it's still sitting there.
I've had a glitch where, like the crawling zombie.
Uh-huh.
I've ran into it and I've done like a full 30-foot
remember-
barrel roll
No, yeah.
land.
Remember when I showed you that video and I ran into a zombie and the car flipped?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the same thing. Is that a glitch or is that just a tough zombie? I didn't know.
No, because mine was
Correct. Real quick, correction. It's $30, not $40.
Oh, 30. Sorry.
for
I
State
was thinking
Decay.
of the super deluxe edition.
Yes.
Well, that's
$49.90,
$50.
yeah, $50.
$49.
So I was know what I was thinking of.
In Jordan's head, when it's $49.99, it actually means $40.
$40. You round down. I'm a wise man. I use that tactic as well, particularly when you jump up into the hundreds, where you really use that. So
No, I really enjoy it. My base, I'm building all the time, so my base keeps getting attacked, and that's kind of annoying because I'm making so much noise.
yeah, is there a way to stop the base from being attacked?
Stop making noise.
So it's just noise.
Yeah.
There's no way to
Yeah, I actually,
make the ultimate defense. So that
I
no one can
have
attack
I have
you.
quite the regime going. I'm very selective with my people.
Okay.
I have quite the. This is what I like about this game over City Skylines is I can
Okay.
choose the people that live in my community. I don't need to deal with these lower districts.
Have
that
you
I don't
denied
like.
people?
Oh yeah, I'm like, you rubbed me the wrong way. I don't like you.
Because some people have like attributes. Some are like a gardener or a carpenter. Have like attributes, skill sets
Yeah.
that you could use in your community. I have some that are couch potato,
Yeah.
aggressor, pissed off person. It's like, why would I want
Well,
you?
some-
Maybe a
Sometimes,
pissed
like-
off person is really good at beating zombies. Channels that anger.
No, because it actually pops up all the time. Andrea just got in a fight again.
Oh,
And
the
I
couch
had-
potato maybe is really quiet.
I had one person that.
No, she's the one. That's Andrea.
Oh, that's Andrea. Andrea's
So
the
I
couch
got-
potato and pissed off.
Yeah.
A pissed off couch potato.
Yeah.
Ow!
Yeah.
I was walking around like looting and just exploring and getting supplies for the base, and there was some character have the question marks pop up.
Yeah.
And I went in there and he said, "Hey man, you should go do that for me." And I was no, what?
He's trying to order you
Yeah,
around.
no.
You're like, hey, this is my
Sorry,
place.
yeah, I didn't take that guy.
Don't tell me what to do.
It's a zombie apocalypse. I need to go get you a what? Yeah,
Hey,
it's just
listen,
yeah.
NPC.
Yeah,
Don't tell me what to do.
I know. I really that game. It's so good that I treat those people. I get upset with them. Yeah,
You're like screaming at
Yeah.
them, really taking it personal.
Yeah, I just because I went up to this guy, I didn't even say hi. It was just like, "Hey man, go get me this shotgun over there." And I was like, "What?"
Can I be
No,
the devil's
yeah.
advocate here?
Yes.
So I took his gas and left.
Yeah, you are the guy going into his house and rummaging through.
No,
all
no,
his
he was just in,
drawers.
like, the wilderness.
You even go through his underwear drawer.
He was like
looking
in
for
some
stuff.
barn. That guy didn't own that barn. There's no way he owned that barn.
How do you know?
Yeah.
I didn't. look
Did
like
you
a
ask
barn
about
guy.
the title and everything?
If he owned
the
that barn,
deed?
he would have got his own shotgun. Yeah, he didn't own that barn
Because I gotta say when I go
or
through-
whatever. It wasn't a shotgun. He asked me for something, and I was like, No.
There's even like there's groups of people, right? The hoarders, the such and such. There's factions in this game. I go into their house and take their stuff.
Well, no. See, I had
So I can maybe see their point of view.
I had
hey,
another.
you know what? You just took all my food. Can you go pick up that bag for me?
I had another person. He was running down the street, like actually running. I'm like, "What's this NPC doing?" And I went up and talked to him, and he said, "Hey, I'm trying to help these people in here. We're being attacked. You know, I'm trying to let's can you help me out?" And I was like, "Yeah, okay. You're actually trying." He was running to find help, not just sitting in a barn waiting for something.
Can
Like,
you go get that gun for me?
well, yeah, it wasn't a gun. It was something. He said, like, "Hey, you want to do this for me?" Oh, there was one guy. I lost it on him. He stole my stuff.
Are you
Have
serious?
you had that happen? I
Stole your stuff.
was pissed.
Wait,
he
he
stole
was-
my food.
Wait, he
And
was
he took
in
4
your,
food.
Wait, he was in your community and
no,
stole
no,
your stuff?
no. I'm just walking around, and the one of the dudes, I call him Glenn
Okay.
Glenn, okay.
from
I
Walking
could
Dead.
appreciate-
That's who he is. That's what.
That's
Glenn.
basically what he reminds you of. Who he reminds you of?
He's Glenn. And he's got that attitude.
Glenn's
as
one of my
well.
favorite
I mean,
characters
he's not.
in The Walking Dead.
Yeah, he is. He's a good character. And this character's fun. Actually, he's my primary character. He's my most leveled up guy. Anyway, so I'm playing another character, leveling her up. And Glenn's like, dude, someone just stole our food. And I lost it, man. I went and found that guy, and I took my food back, and I banished him. I don't know. There's not a banish key, but I didn't talk to him after
Well, you
that.
can exile them.
Oh, you can?
Yeah, you can exile
See
them.
that?
You go into
that
the
made-
community screen and you go on them, and then you. It's
Yeah,
an
see, I
option.
didn't know you can exile them.
Have you just been shooting them in the head?
No, I've just been ignoring them, letting the hordes weed them out.
Turn on or off?
On.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
figure it out.
The I just let the zombie hordes weed out the weak,
Yeah.
and I take the strong.
This is not a game for the weak.
Yeah, it's not a game for the weak, man.
So it's obviously super immersive, and it's not taking away. So the any of the glitches
You know-
has not taken
you know-
away any of your immersion.
No. So far, no.
Have you
No.
have you had someone
I feel
die?
Sometimes. No. I've been really careful.
So I have.
it
Oh.
hurts, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Did it hurt?
and it was from
Was
an-
it Glenn?
No, it was Clay,
Oh.
Clay.
and he was like one of my power players.
Yeah.
Tell me what happened
But
to
do you
Clay.
know what? He
happened
was
to him?
kind of an idiot. I'm just gonna say
See,
it.
and that's why I don't let those people in my community.
Maybe he was a really strong like hammer
Yeah,
thrower.
yeah.
You know, he was one of my power players, but he was stupid, and that bugged.
He was all brawn.
I did not realize that if you bring people along and if they're stupid, they'll die.
Yeah, I
That was Clay.
the only
Did that
people
hurt? Had you like leveled him up, like he was?
Yeah,
he was
one of
where
my
you want.
Yeah, he's
he was one of my highest players.
I always go
It's
out.
sad. There's even like on the community screen. There's
Yeah.
even like a tombstone and candles and like stuff now. Forever, he's forever dead.
Yep, that's how it is.
And it's and everyone in my group they all went sad face because one of, it wasn't the couch potato that died. It was the carpenter. You know?
Have you exiled anyone?
No, I don't.
You don't turn
No,
people
people are
away?
dying. I'm
You
I
don't turn
can't
people
pick-
away?
I
Yeah.
can't pick and
You
choose
need warm
yet.
bodies.
I need bodies to, because it takes bodies to like shovel the sidewalk off and stuff and to brush the
Yeah.
floors.
Okay, Jordan, give me your favorite thing about
No,
State of Decay.
I like the community manager. I sound like an intense dictator. I'm a little bit nicer in the game. I embellish a little bit, but
You're putting on a front.
yeah.
know,
No, I
make
really
sure
do.
you don't get
Well, the thing is no, you really do want to pick and choose who you bring in because, like Mark, I mean, you got angry couch potatoes. You don't want that negative juju in the base.
Yeah, I know,
It brings down morale. My morale is happy.
but yeah. Do you know how Clay died?
A rip apart zombie.
No.
No. What are they called? Don't tell me. What are they
No.
called? I just ran into one
It
the other
was
day.
a group.
A juggernaut.
There was a guy that said, "Hey, go check out this clan. They could probably use some help." All right. So I went to this clan, okay, like this other faction, and they had red diamonds over their heads, which means they're hostile.
Yeah.
You know, I went up to talk, and they're
Red
like,
never good.
"You get out of here, busters!"
Get out of here.
Clay goes up and slams him with a sledgehammer,
Oh.
and it starts this whole fight.
Oh,
You know,
he's
yeah.
like, you don't talk to my friend that way.
Yeah, no, I like this Clay.
Yeah.
There's like 6
Dude,
of
I don't
them.
know if Clay is stupid or just a badass.
Yeah.
And real people, they shoot like, hey, they got bullets, right? I got one. I had full health. I went down to like 1%.
You almost
left.
died.
I almost died. And then
Dude, Clay was defending your honor.
Yeah, dude. Clay was like,
It was-
it was like, hey, you get out of here. And
Did you just
Clay
talk to
was
my
like-
mayor that way?
Yeah,
And he
Clay
just-
was like, you don't talk to my friend that way.
Yeah.
Rah!
yeah, he's kind of an idiot.
No wonder there's a shrine in there.
Yeah.
No, he's
No wonder
there.
everyone's sad.
Yeah.
He was your enforcer.
Well, the lady that walked up to me gave me the option to walk. I could come back and maybe bring him a Snickers and they'd be
Yeah.
happier, right? No, Clay just runs on in.
Clay's
and
like, no,
no, not on my
not
watch.
today, buddy.
So Clay's permadead. I did get an achievement for it though.
Oh, maybe I'll
very
have
nice.
to recruit. This is sad to say.
Recruit
maybe
someone
I have
to
to
kill
recruit, like, yeah,
that you
recruit
don't
just
care
like,
about.
yeah, come on, buddy.
Come
and then
on,
just run them out.
let's go die.
He's kind of an
It's
idiot.
gonna backfire on you, and you're gonna die.
Yeah, I like it.
That'll
no,
suck.
I really like the base management because I really like, because the reason you pick and choose people is because you don't want the angry couch potato. You want people like, oh, this person's good at farming. This person's really good at medical. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? You really
Yeah.
want to build up your
You want to
community, so-
diversify your skill set.
your
Yeah.
portfolio.
Maybe I do want a couch potato. Maybe they can show how other other people how to relax.
Yeah, maybe
Yeah.
they can.
Maybe he's sitting thinking. Maybe,
It's Andrea, it's a girl.
Maybe they're
He's
the
just thinking.
fodder. Like when Clay gets his hothead going, you put those people out there to take the bullet sponge. You know?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, he's done. He's out of
He's
the
out.
game. He's
Have
a
you
dunzo.
have you had that moment where you were running and like you think about shooting your friend so you can get away?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. I was playing with our younger brother and we're running from a juggernaut. Like we ran out of
Those
ammo.
juggernauts
Yeah,
are
they're
scary,
man. So
yeah.
we're running from him because he, basically ate our car, right? So we're running from him and like I had a couple bullets in my handgun and I thought I don't think there's any friendly fire or else I probably is there friendly fire in co-op? I don't think there is.
I don't know. I've never tried because
But-
that's a kind of a dick
Yeah,
move.
but that
this
game,
game.
it tests you as a human being.
Okay, give me a criticism.
Don't have your NPCs slam a sledgehammer to people that are holding guns.
I mean, let's be honest though. In real
They
life,
had guns. We had just melee weapons.
in real life, there are people that would do that.
Yeah.
Like they think you don't talk to my buddy that way.
But they had like AKs and stuff, right? no, that's not a criticism. That was actually that did frustrate. I had to turn the game off because I was kind of mad.
Yeah, Jordan, a criticism. Do you
I
have
don't know.
any?
I'm really enjoying the game. The because I like the stuff that's hard. I'm trying to think. I mean, bugs. I guess bugs and glitches. Maybe the movement can be a little bit more smoother. The movement.
Yeah,
does
I think
seem
the
a little,
movement is
it does,
a little
clunky. Kind of here and there. But I mean, it's not like I really enjoy this game, and at its price point, I think that's what makes it really good as well. Because
Yeah.
it's not. I really like it. I mean, if I had to say anything, maybe tighten up the movement controls a little bit. But
Yeah, I would say even more than a little bit. It is kind of
Maybe
clunky.
big turn.
Yeah,
Maybe
just
big-
turn that knob to less
Smooth.
to less clunky, more smooth.
yeah.
So McSpicy, what is your favorite aspect of State? What have you enjoyed the most so far out of this game?
Well, I mean, the game is all about looting and it's about killing zombies, and those are two of my favorite things in life, really. So that's a winning combination. So, my favorite thing.
Yeah,
I really do like smacking zombies while I'm driving, and everyone can open their doors.
Your door ever fall off?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I know. I get like a.
You got to find a toolbox to fix
Yeah,
it.
no, I have one. I have one gas can. I have 3 cars. Well, I have 2.5. I had 4, but then there was a whole issue. So anyway, yeah,
You can always repair, even if it's like no. Oh, is it done?
it's done. Wait, no, is it no? Because it blew up, but I think you can repair a blown up car, can't you?
With the
Yeah,
toolbox.
I just got to run back. That's when the Juggernaut just
The
took us
thing
out.
is it weighs 20 pounds,
Yeah.
and
Ooh.
Andrea has a bad back too.
And then
just so
She's
you
a
know.
couch potato.
And then my third car I got.
And of course she has a bad back.
Yeah,
She's
my-
sitting on that couch all day.
Yeah.
Being pissed off at the world.
Yeah. My third car's high centered on some, off ramp beam thing, those like
Yeah.
barriers. Yeah. And I have 2 cars left. I got a van and a taxi.
Yeah, the taxi's nice. It's
Yeah,
fast.
it is. And I got gas tank in each, and then I got a repair kit in each, I can be prepared.
He's prepared.
If you do high center, you can go get another car and just.
Yeah, that's what you told me. And I was like,
Boom.
oh, I just thought I was
Just
gone. And I was
nudge
like,
it.
I'm an idiot. So I
Yeah.
started running back. And then you told me that, and I was like, oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
So I'll probably take my taxi out.
Just
oh.
bump.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, very nice. Okay. Final question.
Yeah.
What A, B, C, D, or F? What do you give this game?
I give this
you've
one-
really had a chance to dive in. You're deep into it now in the weeds.
I think the fun factor is awesome. I give it a B+.
Oh, B+ for Jordan the Man. McSpicy.
I have fun. I like it.
You have fun. You like it. A-?
No,
B+?
not that high. I'd say B.
B? A solid B.
Solid B.
Solid
Yeah.
B.
85%.
Yeah.
Oh, very nice. Very nice.
If
So
I were to give one.
We call those 85%.
we do a community review. We ask the community, what do you think of the game? And we compile some answers for you. So first and foremost, we'll go over the criticisms that you guys, that the community had to share. I feel that we've done it for the past couple big releases that have come out. I feel that it's that it's fairly accurate. That the community is really pretty accurate. Everybody's pretty fair. So let's start with criticisms. The community shared some of the same criticisms that we've talked about here. Some of the general criticisms that are out there. And these, keep in mind, we had lots of responses. These are the ones where there were multiple of. So these are the most common criticisms for State of Decay 2. Criticisms. It feels a bit clunky in some areas. I was expecting a more polished game. Graphics good, but maybe expecting it to be tightened up a little bit more. More polished on release. That seems to be a common thing. Co-op. They really don't like how objectives don't carry across.
Yeah, it's the
Wish
only thing that doesn't
objectives
carry
carried
across.
Would you agree with that, Joanne?
No, yeah, that's. I mean, if you can, the ideal game is any world you go into. I mean, everything carrying across would be awesome. You know,
I think on that aspect, the quests are really dynamic and they change and they're different for everybody.
Sure. So you really couldn't have them carry across?
Well, yeah. So that I think that's nullified by the fact that you won't get the same quests other people will have. However, there are like main objective quests like the heart things, right? Those big hearts. Yeah. Those don't transfer over. And so that's kind of, and that progresses your game, right? So yeah,
that's a common one that they wish multiplayer was or co-op was full co-op, including quests.
Yeah,
just don't see how they'd be able to do it. Is what you're saying?
Yeah, because I think the hearts, it's basically like a hive mind, right? These big old zombie hearts are some randomly placed on the map, and you have to go kill them. And then once that happens, you get a lot of whatever. You know, it progresses.
Yeah,
that's actually how you, I think, beat the game. I'm not entirely sure, but. I actually don't know how to beat the game.
I don't think it ever ends.
I think
it's just eternal survival.
Yeah.
No, you do beat the game.
Can you have kids in this game? Like, could you perpetuate
like the Sims?
Like combining State of Decay with Crusader Kings?
So I know that if you beat the game, your characters stay and you can recruit them in your next playthroughs.
Oh, very cool.
I do know that because I was reading.
Yeah, that is cool
in the game. I read through all like the how-tos and stuff, and that came up, but.
No, but top 10 tricks of State of Decay.
Yeah.
So light reading. So
no, it was in the game.
Oh,
like
okay.
It was in the menu system. There's there's like an explanation.
Oh yeah,
page.
I've seen that. Yeah.
So common is the co-op thing, and last but not least, criticism. The bugs aren't game breaking, but they are annoying. I think we've said there are bugs there.
Yeah.
Definitely not game breaking, but annoying. So those were common criticisms from the community review of State of Decay 2. Common constructive positives. What did the community like? The dynamic of the people. That's what you guys were both alluding to. Jordan especially says it feels great when your best resources are the people you find and add to your group. Sometimes they're a detriment, like Clay. Where
Clay was awesome.
He almost started a gang war.
Yeah.
He did. I had to kill them all. That whole like family of people that were just trying to survive, and they just woke up on the wrong side of the bed, right? They were just pissed off, and they were like, "Oh, they're going to take our stuff." Clay comes running in, doing his battle cry. I had to kill them all. Yeah. I had to kill every one of those people to survive, because if I were to die too, then I lost. I was playing my 2 top players right there. Yeah. No, Andrea is the couch potato with the bad back.
She's the detriment.
Yeah.
So dynamic of people. Another common thing that was liked by the community is it just basically takes what the first game was and does it better. Yeah. So it just builds on an already solid foundation. The resource management aspect is on point. Also, really enjoy sniping juggernauts with the 50 caliber timber.
Ooh. Oh, I don't have that weapon yet.
Oh, apparently it just right through the heart.
Do you have that weapon?
Boom.
Ooh. Do you have that weapon?
I
want that weapon.
I'm a little bit
disappointed
disappointed
in both. Did you use your
supply
drops, by the way?
Not yet, no.
Oh, dude, it helps a lot, especially if you get like lucky with your resources.
I like to, go on my own terms.
Well, they're there,
I know.
You paid for them.
And last but not least, one of the common things that people liked in our community review was a very in-depth crafting and a great loot grind. I didn't even think of it as a loot grind, but you're right. It really is.
Yeah, actually, the first thing I leveled up was my crafting station. It took me forever to figure stuff out, but...
So we ask the community to rate it on an A, B, C. C is average, B is above average, A is great, D is below average, and F is terrible. Here's how it broke down. Nothing below a C. Nobody rated it lower than a C. 16% of the community gave it a C. 37% gave it a B. And 46% gave it an A. That works out to be a 3.5 or a solid B. That is a really good review. That's a pretty decent review. Similar to you guys.
5,
you gave it a B+. You gave it a solid B.
Yeah.
Out of 4. 4.0.
Oh, 4. Oh, okay. Yeah, the B.
So that's a solid B. That's our community review. Thank you, everybody, for participating. Again, I feel that those are pretty accurate. I think our community is really reasonable and good and doesn't get hung up on.
They know how to play games.
They know how to play games.
Have a good time.
There you go. Yeah. They know how to have a good time. That's it. Achievement time. Who is leading on the achievement board this week? Every week we compare who has the highest achievement scores in the community.
Yeah.
We over at trueachievements.com. So if you haven't joined us there, trueachievements.com, and then just sign up, X1Bros, for the X1Bros leaderboard. Top 5 this week are Vinnie Mac, Keith, Tay, Beast Middle, and Stoosh Nicken. Fufu Koodlyputh comes in at 6, and Buddha Will at 7.
Oh,
Close.
nice.
With a 7. Very nice. Congratulations, guys. That's our top 5 right there.
I'm trying. It's on a huge delay.
Huge delay.
My
It's a delay
computer
clap.
is-
And take the bow.
There
it is. There it is.
And there it is.
Congratulations, guys. Now, between the three of us, I was leading last week.
Okay.
I've been overtaken.
Okay.
I have been overtaken by Jord the Man.
Whoa, what did I play?
Jord the Man now has 34 achievements. I don't know.
Did that in my sleep.
I don't know. I don't know what he's played. Apparently, he doesn't even know he's played. I'm in second, and Mark is in third.
Do you know when you just
not
like,
too
see
much,
the Matrix?
not too much dividing us. We're 100 points apart.
Really? Well,
Yeah.
you got that 20.
Hey, seriously,
20 bomb, right?
click on my name. I don't know. I mean, I just must have saw the Matrix this week. You know, when you just see it.
State of Decay. You got a ton of State of Decay, dude. State
Oh,
of Decay.
that's what it
and-
was.
and-
Yeah, I went
and
back and beat all
Battlefront.
the campaigns.
You did
Yeah, I went back
Battlefront
and
as
beat all the
well.
campaigns,
Battlefront got
so,
you some there.
yeah.
I did unlock the 20 chest achievement in Sea of Thieves.
That's
did it.
respectable.
Yeah, I did it with the crew of Righteous Desire, Freaky RO, Chief Wiggum, and R56 Cooper. That's
Nice.
For the record, that's 2 Americans and 2 Australians. That's the double
That's
A's.
a crew. I think the Black
there.
Pearl had that.
The Black Pearl.
I think that the
That
Black Pearl
balance.
had that.
It's a nice
balance as well.
balance,
Yeah,
you know?
I think that.
It's a really nice
That's why I
balance
did
there.
so well.
Yeah, we rolled through. Get this, though. Now, let me talk about Sea of Thieves. I really enjoy Sea of Thieves. This week is going to determine the lifespan of that game. The release of the Hungry
This
Deep
week. Yeah,
release.
it's coming out next week.
It's going to determine how long I play this game or if I continue to play this game. Here's why. 20 chests, turn them in. How much do you think I leveled up?
Not that much.
0.75 of a thing.
20 chests.
20 chests, 0.75.
Only-
And we had good chests. We had like the crying chest, which, dude, get over it. She left you, man.
Yeah.
Just so annoying. Crying every once in a while. Come on, dude.
So you're
I don't know.
bucketing.
She's gone. Stop crying.
Yeah.
And
Well,
the,
she left you.
Plenty of fish in the sea.
and the grogs. We got the grog
grogs are
chest.
funny, the
And
grogs.
lots of marauders, some captain chests in there. 0.75. I went from I was at 2/3 of the way through 24, so I got to halfway through 25 with that turn in. Isn't that ridiculous? Like that took us, and we were efficient. We could probably been a little bit more efficient, but I don't think much more efficient. We had a really efficient way to do it. 3.5 hours. 3.5 hours to go up 0.75. I don't think so, Rare.
That grind is a little much.
It's like a punch. It's like a punch in the gut right there. I don't. Yeah. So we'll see how Hungry and Deep. Now, some of the things that are coming out for Hungry and Deep, or that they've announced, seem like they're really trying. That they might be improving this a little bit. For instance, like they'll have flags that you can put up, and it seems like they almost have. I don't quite understand it because I was just reading the notes. It seems to me, I might be misinterpreting it, that it'll basically be an in-game type of LFG for other crews. So to say, hey, we're gonna go hit Skull Fort. Who wants to come help us? Boom. Now they can still backstab you, but that's But at least there's a way to organize it. I could be misreading that, so don't quote me on this.
Yeah, I was pretty upset with the Skull Fort we did the other day.
Oh yeah. So let's talk about that. Jordan and I on Sunday.
Pissed.
It's a beautiful Sunday afternoon. It's a day of rest.
Hey, why didn't you invite me?
We did. You couldn't get online. Remember?
Yeah,
You had those online problems. You like disconnected on Xbox
I
Live.
remember.
Yeah.
Remember?
Yeah, the day that I ditch everything and I want a day of gaming, Xbox Live goes down.
Yeah.
That's they know. They
Yeah.
know. They have a guy sitting outside with binoculars. Oh, you stand.
Is there
over
anything more disappointing than that? Getting all revved up.
I know.
Getting all revved up to
Man.
play a game and then nope.
It's a kick in the
denied.
pants.
Getting denied.
Yeah, that's
It's like taking a girl on a date and then she dumps you after dinner.
I've had that happen.
Really?
Did she make you pay?
I actually made out with her first too. It was pretty awesome. And then we split our separate ways. It was kind of an interesting time.
I went on a date with a girl. Since we're selling.
It was right there in the middle. It was the middle of like downtown.
Actually, Mark knows this person.
Oh, really?
We'll remember this person when I'll
Yeah,
tell
so
you
you
after
guys,
the
a
show.
lot of people know this, but you guys bachelor padded together.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
With our grandparents.
That's when we went into serious debt too. 'Cause we kept buying video game systems.
Let me tell you this story. I went on a date with a girl. Like, pick her up. I'm in my car, driving.
The old truck
It's going
you
well. I'm my charming self, cracking jokes. She's laughing.
Yeah.
Yep. And then she's got jewelry on and stuff. Really trying to look nice. I'm like, oh, that's a really nice ring. What is that ring for? Oh, I'm engaged. What? Well, like, I had no idea what to say. I'm like, you're engaged?
Is she blonde?
No,
Does she have blonde hair? I'm trying to figure out who this person
dark
is.
hair.
Okay. Okay.
Dark hair.
Oh, that
I believe
one.
I made her walk home from our house once.
I know who this is.
Yes.
Okay.
And I think Mark, out of the kindness of his heart, when it picked her up,
Yeah, I remember this.
I
yeah.
told her to just leave. Just leave. You don't like this? Okay, you should just leave right now.
And then Mark went and got his
Yeah.
keys and took her home.
Yeah, well, because where we were
This
living
was later. This was later.
It wasn't exactly the best part of town, right?
Yeah.
So, anyways,
And then the way she walked was not a good
well, she
direction.
was a crazy person.
Yeah,
legitimately a crazy person. So
What was that
clearly,
conversation?
so I'm driving to dinner, and
it
I'm
was
like,
awkward on the drive home. But let me
so
be
I'm
honest.
driving to dinner. I'm like, what? You're engaged? Why are you on this date? What is going on? So what do you say to that? I don't know.
Yeah.
So I was planning on going to like Red Lobster or something, somewhere nice. I know people are out there like Red Lobster's not nice. Like, it is for me.
Yeah, you should
So
have seen where
instead,
we
I
were
went to
living.
Del Taco, 99 cents. Like, I'm not wasting money on another man's wife. What?
Why did she even say yes? Did you ask her, like, why are you here?
No, I just was like,
You're obviously not a very good
Okay.
fiance.
yeah. So, anyways, then we make out a little bit.
Wow, she's really not a good fiance. Wow.
I drop her back off at home.
Wow.
Next thing I know, she's not engaged. So go figure. Like,
Yeah, wow.
What the heck, dude?
Yeah,
like, what is going on? I don't understand.
Was it the same day that you made her walk home?
No, this was then we became then I got tied into her crazy web of craziness.
Did
Yeah.
I meet this one, or was this before
No,
my
no,
time?
no. This she legitimately was crazy.
Because when I was
No.
there, there was a doozy
yeah,
or
she
two.
had some
Crazy issues.
Yeah.
I met a lot of those crazy people. I was kind of crazy.
Well,
I was
because
there.
you didn't have.
I actually,
I don't know. I
uh,
should say this. No, I'm gonna go ahead and say it because who cares? David had I had this like no teenager because I was
yeah.
like 24. We were what? How old?
You were
23,
you
24.
You were
I
a
was like
man.
22,
at that time.
23.
Yeah, we were men.
You were
You were a
men.
man.
I had a. You needed to be 20 or older before I date you philosophy, right?
No, yeah.
David didn't. Like he
No, I
was.
was like, you want to date me and you're hot? No, she wasn't really hot.
But no, he
that's
didn't go way young. Let's
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
no,
it
no,
was
we're
there
not
was 18 or
talking-
older.
Yeah, we're talking appropriate here.
yeah. Let's
But-
not be.
Anyway, so I think what happened is we were all like, there was a bunch of people at our house hanging out. Girl, and she was friends with the girls that were there, and she like said something rude to me, and I was like, "You can leave." And I think I went and opened the door and was like, "Here's the door. See you later." Like, don't insult me in my own home.
Well, then she actually left, right? And so,
Yeah.
and it's not a good part of town. And the way she could have gone left or right, she chose right, and that's the wrong direction to walk, right? Yeah.
And didn't you say you found her like walking down the middle of the road, like
She
in the
was
street?
Yeah, she was walking down the
She was
middle
a
of the road.
legitimate crazy person.
How did you just like how do you start that conversation? Like, hey,
Well, it's, yeah.
you want to get in the car?
I don't know. I'm good with people.
Yeah.
And we were like, "Hey, you should get in."
Yeah.
Did you go too?
No,
No, I
no.
stayed home.
David, yeah, Dave.
There was other girls there. I think that
He had to.
I was
he had to
entertaining.
continue-
That I was
he had to-
entertaining.
Oh my gosh, we sound like terrible people.
No, it wasn't bad. We weren't doing anything. We were literally just hanging out. But anyways, there you go. Oh, so anyways, Hungering Deep is going to decide whether or not, when we talk about pirates and wenches, these memories, they come up.
They do. They do.
Anyways, Hungering Deep is going to decide how long this game is. One thing, we did run into the Kraken By the way, Freaky mentioned that in chat.
Dude,
the Kraken. Dude, the Kraken is legitimate. Now, I think you get a Kraken chest, correct? If you defeat the Kraken, that's my understanding. I never had a chance to look it up.
I've played this game for like 60 hours. I have yet to see it. So I don't know.
Dude, the Kraken was awesome. So it's right as we leave port. The Kraken all of a sudden appears, and it captures you in the middle of it, and there's all these arms going around.
Yeah.
We're just firing cannons, I'm whipping out my pistol.
Did it eat you?
Like, no, yeah. So next thing I know, R56 Cooper, he's with us, and I hear this Australian accent screaming off in the distance. Like, what is going on? And I look up, and R56 Cooper's in his mouth. I was like, what? Oh my goodness, there he is. Anyway, so then later, I think he might have died because I didn't react in time. Then later, I'm just standing there and I'm shooting cannons. Next thing I know, it grabs me and I'm up in the air. It has me in its mouth. Cooper, because he already knew what it was like to be in that mouth, shot a cannon at it and it dropped me. It let go of me. It was so awesome. And then it lets us go. We nailed like three or four of its technicals. Yeah, it turns like this dark blue. 3 or 4 of its tentacles we took out. There were still 3 left, but we never fully killed it. So I'd be interested in number one, if there's a way to let it drop, or if it drops at the same time, if there's a way to go do it. And then if there's a Kraken chest, I'm fairly certain there's a Kraken chest, right?
I don't know.
Freaky said it was a good time. He said he actually went back and watched the broadcast because we were streaming it to get the Kraken. We should try to Kraken it up together, guys.
I would love to if the Kraken could find me.
So anyways, it's those types of experiences. It's those types of experiences that make Sea of Thieves so much fun. Every time you go out, it's a different story. So we would have gotten the chest a little bit earlier, but 4 away, what happened is we were all on the island doing this riddle, and we had 4 chests already on our ship, and someone came and sunk our ship and took all our things.
That's heartbreaking.
Another crew. So we had to start over. So then we got wise. 2 guys on the ship, 2 guys on the island. Yeah. We don't mess around. No, you
fool me once.
Fool me once. Fool me twice. No, sir. So, but that grind is just way too much. Like, they've got to do, because at that point, it's just fetch quests. Once you hit that level 20 is when it really slows down. And I thought turning in 20, I was like, okay, we should jump. And even then this morning I experimented, because now I'm over 25. That unlocks a new type of missions. It doesn't go any faster. It just gives you more missions at one time. So it's not like...
Not necessarily either.
Yeah, and it's random.
It's not. I did some of my own testing, and you don't necessarily get better missions at all.
Yeah, and so they really knew that is a legitimate... Now, keep in mind, I put quite a bit of hours in this up to this point, but I'm hitting the stage. I'm just trying to get to 50.
Yeah.
And it's just, I think it's going to take longer to get there than it took me to level cap ESO or Guild Wars 2.
And those games had a lot more variance in play.
Yeah, and that's saying something. Like, those are MMOs. Those are supposed to be hard to get to level cap.
Or take that time.
But at least with those, I'm doing different things. You're on different missions. They really need to fix this. Hopefully, in the Hungering Deep, they get that figured out. Now, there's going to be a little bit of a story in the Hungering Deep that you can do, a campaign, and it's a limited time campaign.
Yeah.
So the campaign's limited, so you got to jump in and do the campaign, and then all the events will be permanent. So. Yeah, see, Freak RO in chat says it was so disappointing to not go up, but only 1 level. Yeah, that really kills your motivation. You got to balance the carrot and the stick. You got to make me feel like I'm genuinely progressing, and this is just like...
What's disappointing, I'm not disappointed, but what's hard about it is that's just one faction.
That's just one faction, yeah.
Because I believe you need all 3 to gain Pirate Legend.
To get Pirate Legend, yeah. So big props to everybody out there who's gone Pirate Legend. You guys are amazing.
Is it still just that one guy?
Can we give some claps to people or something? Some cheers? Oh, golf claps. Some golf claps. Those are firm golf claps.
Do you want me to something a little bit more intense?
A little bit more intense, yeah. I mean, they earned it. There it is. Yes. I mean, you guys. Yes. You guys that are Pirate Legends, you've earned it, baby. You have earned it. I mean, that is...
Well played.
Well played.
I get the idea if you want the Pirate Legend to mean something like, oh, that guy got Pirate Legend. That was hard. You know what I mean? But... Yeah. I don't know. It's a point to be said that
they need to balance that somehow. So we'll see. Ask me next week. This week is going to determine if I continue to play this game or not. Yeah. So,
okay then.
What do you want to talk about now?
So the title of this podcast, I just want to talk about this, and then we'll go to the news. The title of this podcast is Battlefield V or 5, Battlefield 5, becoming polarized. Now, Battlefield 5, the trailer came out this week. We all got a chance to watch it, and the internet broke, basically. And it broke with people hating it, people
50-50.
loving it. And last week, we actually had a discussion on Destiny being polarized, Call of Duty being polarized, World of Warcraft being polarized.
Polarized meaning, people love it or hate it, right?
People both love it and hate it. And Mr. McSpicy, you had mentioned last week that you were that way with Call of Duty, and it was because you loved the game so much. You wanted it to be exactly how you wanted it to be, and they could never meet that expectation for you.
The McSpicy
the McSpicy specifics. And and with these games that are polarized, I think everybody has that expectation, and so then they become polarized. I think Battlefield 5's trailer it has caused Battlefield to start to become just as polarized as those games because of that. And as I'm watching these discussions, now we'll get into the trailer real quick. We'll have Jordan talk about it first. But as I'm watching these discussions, I'm just reminded of what McSpicy said. I think everybody wants it their way. They love the game so much, they want it exactly their way, and there's just no way any developer can do that. McSpicy, thoughts?
No, exactly. And I have my thoughts on the trailer and the reveal. I mean, I'm a guy that doesn't like fluff.
Sure.
Right? Oh, man, it was like an hour of just talking and fluff. And
EA
just,
does that.
Oh,
And that's saying
man.
something because it was only like a 20-minute thing.
Oh,
I mean, if it
shut
felt like
up.
an hour.
Shut up and show me something, right? That's
Yeah.
I was so like annoyed with everything.
EA does that. It comes off like I like listening to the developers. I like hearing from them. It just comes
Because
off
they,
disingenuous where people try to act like they play video games, and they very well might. But when you're reading off teleprompters, it just has this like kind of disingenuous corporate feel, you know?
Yeah, and I was really annoyed. See, Battlefield, they do that a lot, right? They had the gaming on the skyscraper.
Yeah,
They
we
had
talked about this last week.
All the celebrities, right? But then they always come out with a trailer that just blows your mind.
Boom,
Just-
blown.
They have the one of the
The
best
poop shovel.
editors. Yeah, the poop shovel.
poop shovel just
Best
blew people's
editors
mind.
in the business usually does it, right? And I remember when last year when Call of Duty came out with their trailer and Battlefield was like nagging on them, like at least maybe you want to get a better editor. It was hilarious, and then they deleted the tweet, but it already went out. That was one of the funniest things.
He basically, and then his apology was hilarious because he's like, "Hey, I'm sorry I made fun of you, but when our trailer comes out, the internet
You'll understand."
Yeah.
And then it came out, and you were like,
"Holy
boom."
Yeah, so Battlefield always has this fluff, and I'm always like, okay, I'll probably be fine with it later after I see, some meat of the whatever. And do you want me to tell you how I thought about the trailer?
let's tell you about it. So if you have not seen the Battlefield 5 trailer, just go watch it, the reveal trailer. It's out. It's caused a lot of reaction, both good, both bad. So go watch this and then come back, or go watch it and then come back and listen to each of our opinions, because each of us has a different opinion on this, actually. And it's been kind of one of those trailers. Big Spicy, though, tell me what you thought of the Battlefield 5 trailer.
Okay, so actually, meh. And just under a meh.
Sure.
Like, just above disappointed and just under meh.
Yeah.
Right? And I feel that way for a lot of different reasons. Battlefield, excluding Bad Company, has always been this gritty, this dark, serious war game, right? Where you have to capture points, people are dying around you, things are going on. It's just an intense experience. I'm watching this video, and it's like the happiest, colorful thing I've ever seen, and they're all having a good time, and they're like, yeah, hop in my four-wheeler, woo! And I seriously thought Willy Wonka and his choo-choo train of gloriousness was going to come in with, like, the Thundercats coming in and Transformers, and just everybody's just lollipops, and it's so colorful, and that girl at the end's like, hello, love, That's Tracer from Overwatch,
Yeah,
apparently.
they tracered it.
She has, like, your Inspector Gadget hand coming out.
It is a prosthetic, right? But when I first saw the trailer, I didn't think that's what it was.
Okay, so now I have offended a lot of people with prosthetics.
No, I'm just saying. It wasn't very well
Sorry,
defined.
Spicy, continue.
Yeah,
I'm just like, oh my god, like what's going on? Like I thought this was a Battlefield game, not this. All right, and then respawn, and then hop on this, and then even the guy like that crashes his plane in front of you. I think he had a smile on his face, right? It was just a really good wartime,
Yeah.
And that to me rubbed me the wrong way as to how Battlefield.
So it was
should be.
It was definitely more fun. I mean, clearly you said it was a happy, good time, fun.
Maybe they're like, let's make it more like Fortnite, where
Sure.
people are dinosaurs and fight each other.
Yeah.
Sure. And so that for you,
That's not Battlefield for me.
that for you ruined it a little bit.
Yeah.
Now that was more of a bad. Maybe they are trying to go back to Bad Company, find like a middle of it.
It didn't even feel like Bad Company. And if that's the case, call it Bad Company 3 or whatever it is,
Yeah.
Because I was like, it's supposed to be a gritty, and they were having way too much fun.
Sure.
as a war game.
So this definitely represents McSpicy here. Definitely represents one common feeling that's out there that it just didn't hit his grittiness level that he came to expect from like Battlefield. I mean, Battlefield 1, when you go back and watch the trailer, was very gritty. One thing that is different, though, I do think they did the trailers different. Like Battlefield 1, the first one they started out, showed the theme and the story more. They didn't really show gameplay, especially multiplayer gameplay. That came later. This started with multiplayer gameplay. So you can see their focus is a little bit different in this trailer for sure. Mm-hmm. And I think multiplayer is where money is. I mean, they think money's at least, right?
Well, I mean, it's
so I think
that's the bread and butter.
That's
of
the focus
Battlefield,
in this one. So you can definitely see the shift there. As far as features, no more premium pass. That's something you got to like.
Yeah, when they announced that, then the reveal, the whole thing, they were the fluff part of the show. Everyone went crazy. Woo! You know, and I get it. Yeah, that's.
Well, think about
they're splitting the audience.
Yeah, well, and it's got to be that way. They've got to know that. They've got to see the statistics in Battlefield 1 because some of those best maps were in that third release. If you don't have Premium Pass, you don't have that third release, and your community split.
Yeah.
So now Jordan represents the other side of the coin. Jordan didn't watch any of the reveal. Watched the trailer first, and then went back.
Is because
you really enjoyed it. You liked it a lot.
I liked it, but not for the reason you think you would like it.
Oh, okay.
It was
okay. Well,
yeah. Let me tell you how.
He liked it. The same reason I didn't like it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, because what I did is I knew the event was going on, but I wanted to watch the trailer first because I wanted to be because in the event they saved the trailer to the end, and I didn't want to know what the setting was. I wanted to just jump in and just find out what the setting was. So not knowing what the setting was, I honestly thought it was like an alternate World War II Wolfenstein type setting.
Sure.
And if you want to be weird with me, that's okay. Like I'll go into it with you. And that's kind of what I. So okay. So the trailer starts out with like a stone horse bleeding, which I don't know how that happens, but
I think his blood maybe dripped on the tank.
I don't know, but I was like,
was it a horse? I didn't know.
No, it was like a horse
It's
head.
a tank.
Yeah.
I think it's a close up of a tank.
Because they're showing off the customization on tanks.
I thought it was
I see.
Battletoad or something.
No, it was like a bleeding horse. Obviously from blood, but and then all of a sudden there was like a teddy bear and flowers, and I'm like, I don't know where we're going. And I'm like,
and this is starting to excite him.
Whoa!
This is yes, I like it.
And then people are jumping off tanks, and I'm thinking, honestly, they were painted blue. I thought it was like a Scottish, William Wallace thing, and I'm, people with mohawks and blue paint, and there was that chick with the robot
Scottish
arm,
reserves
which I thought literally was a robot arm.
Like in Wolfenstein,
I found
like
out,
a Wolfenstein.
Yeah, I didn't know it was it was a prosthetic thing, but it was a robot arm. And then so I'm not thinking like they're trying to show off features. So they run in the door and she dies, and then all of a sudden she's back later. I'm like, oh my gosh, what is that? Not thinking like they're trying to show off the revive system,
it's a
stuff like that. I'm like, my mind's being
she's
my
spawning
mind is
on you,
being
isn't
blown.
she?
Yeah,
they're
I'm serious.
like
the Thundercats are coming in just a minute, right?
And you kind of obviously get the feel from the weapons they're holding. Like, okay, this is World War II-ish, but I was waiting for that metal dog from Wolfenstein to come. Like and then cars were coming from the sky. I didn't know what was going on. Like it was just, because Battlefield did do Battlefield 2142, right? A futuristic one. So I'm like, they can go whatever direction they want, right?
Yeah, really, they really can actually.
If they keep to their formula, the gameplay will work, right? But anyway, I didn't know what was going on, but I liked that I didn't know what was going on, and then I found out it was World War II, and we'll talk about that a little bit later, I'm sure. But there's a few things I like and dislike about it now that I know what all the features they were showing off in the trailer.
But overall, you enjoyed. You got pumped. You got hyped for the trailer.
Well, I liked the trailer. I don't think it. I liked it for like a wrong reason. You know what I mean?
You liked that it was different.
I was like, I liked it because I didn't know what was happening.
It threw me off.
And then actually, I watched because I watched a lot on it this week, like a lot. So I sacrificed gaming to watch a lot on it and do all the gameplay features. There's actually a lot of cool stuff coming that we'll go over, news
like
wise.
the fortifications.
Well, and different the attrition, cool stuff.
So
right?
It seems like stuff is they're really trying to change gameplay a little bit.
I didn't know, and then. Yeah, it was intense, man. It was intense.
Overall, though, you enjoyed it.
So I like the trailer because I don't mind if you want to take me to a weird place.
Yeah,
know what
you
I mean?
like it.
and that's where I thought it was going.
But-
the only complaint, and I'll say this one little complaint I have, is it did not, in my opinion, and I think I know why it didn't feel this way, but it didn't feel like World War II. I feel like Battlefield's really good at putting you in the setting.
Sure.
It didn't, to me, it didn't feel like World War II.
So
It felt.
Are you okay then that they used their main title, because their main titles have been the
Very,
gritty
yeah.
stuff, but they do have the Bad Company, right? They have these
No.
whimsical.
But even in Bad Company, it was a
IPs.
modern shooter. It felt like a modern, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They had their comical stuff in it, but I don't know. It's because a lot of the features that are coming to this one are really good changes. But and the thing is like, look, this is just an opening trailer, right?
Yeah, this is just a reveal. So
when
we're
I
gonna see
get
a lot more
to
on
when
this.
I get to E3, which
So
David
and keep in mind, this is a multiplayer reveal.
Yeah.
It looked like so.
What a cool transition, by the way.
So
though,
and in multiplayer,
transition
when
do
they
you
went
mean?
from cinematic to gameplay,
Yeah, that was
which,
cool.
Yeah,
Oh,
When he picked
like
up
in the
gun.
same camera, yeah.
Yeah.
um,
I can do that.
keep in mind, and when you look at like the Battlefield 1, it shows like glimpses of multiplayer
Gameplay,
that
yeah.
trailer,
Explosions.
but it's a theme story. It's more
Yeah.
like a campaign trailer. It'll be interesting to see what their campaign trailer is like, because there are going to be campaign missions in this. You're playing like a resistance, which I think is pretty cool.
Yeah. Well, they're gonna do like war stories, so you'll probably
Fully
play different.
customizable, which is going to be interesting. Now,
That's what.
I
don't
think they've taken away Premium Pass because you are going to be able to purchase skins.
Yeah, and that, by the way, is what makes it not feel like World War II.
Oh, because of the skin part.
Well, because of like, you know.
Well, you could do cool skins in, in a
you
World
could,
War
but
II
I-
setting.
I
That
thought
feels-
it was everybody being so happy while everyone's dying. That's
It
how I
was
felt.
just that too. It was just it wasn't. I think the Battlefield 1 reveal trailer was much better. I
Sure.
think that guy might have been on vacation this year. But
But like I'm saying, that type of trailer might be coming when they're showing off their campaign.
the thing is the only issue I had with this trailer is it didn't feel like World War II. And I kind of worry a little bit because they keep tagging the line World War II like you've never seen it. So I'm like,
well, they are showing. In fact, Ronan in chat
that
is
mean?
mentioning that
Yeah.
they did clarify they're doing drastically different stories than World War II games in the past. So, for instance, everybody knows like D-Day.
Well, yeah,
everybody
of course,
knows
yeah.
these huge historic battles. They're doing like battles in Norway that people don't know about. I mean, there was one scene where there's an avalanche falling down like a snowy mountain. Like, so these these kind of more obscure resistance type battles is what they're doing. So that's there like you've never seen it. So it's going to be interesting.
and maybe that's why in this trailer it didn't feel like World War II because it just.
Well, at least not
didn't
your traditional World War II, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm kind of in between both of you guys. I liked the game. I liked the frenetic environmental destruction that it showed.
Do you have that pen? I want to
The
write that
gameplay?
word down.
Frenetic.
Yeah, frenetic. I don't know that word. It's a word.
I
Of
might
the
be using it incorrectly. I do that sometimes.
Yeah.
But I liked the frenetic gameplay that it showed. It felt when I first saw the reveal, it fell a little bit flat for me. I wasn't disappointed. I was still like, if meh is your middle ground, I'm above meh, but not ecstatic.
Yeah.
For Battlefield 1, I was ecstatic. And this is the case where I think how games become polarized. It was a case where I had this vision of how Battlefield 1 did their trailer, and I like that personally.
Yeah,
I really like
that was-
I really like the gritty, like
Well, because
no
they
nonsense.
showed like all-out war, you know, what I
All-out
mean?
war.
In this one, it felt just more Michael Bay chaos.
I mean, and they were showing multiplayer in this one. I think that was
Yeah.
their point, to show some of those differences.
And I
right?
guess Battlefield does have that chaos, but it's just it was just
And so the trailer didn't have the grit, and that because I was sitting and I couldn't figure out like why am I just meh about this? Like why aren't I not ecstatic like I was? And I think that's why I was placing. I'm projecting my own expectations. I love Battlefield. I want it to be how I want it to be, and it didn't match that. Doesn't mean that it's bad necessarily.
Mm-hmm.
Just how I felt about the trailer.
frenetic.
Frenetic.
Fast and energetic in a rather wild and uncontrolled way.
Yeah, you see,
that
I
was
used
that-
that correctly.
and see,
Boom, nailed that.
Holy cow, that's a
Nailed
good
that.
word.
yeah. But anyway,
Our podcast is very frenetic.
It's
one thing I want to say about the trailer that they did excellently,
Yeah.
and which they always do. I mean,
Yeah.
they're the best company that does it. The visuals and especially the sound. When you like listen to the guns fire,
Dude, nailed
and he
it.
pans out and looks at the, and you can
Also,
almost
one-
hear every gunshot going. I
One
mean,
thing,
that Frostbite engine.
Frostbite engine is gore.
Yeah,
They could have just a dude sitting there reading a book and put Battlefield 1 over it, and you'd be like, gorgeous.
Yeah.
Those graphics are gorgeous.
I just put frost
because
the
that
hand.
frostbite.
When you see
engine,
that hand, you know something's coming.
it's like, whoa.
And that book is fully destructible that he's
Yeah.
reading.
When he flips those pages, you're like, look at that environment.
The
Whoa.
sound, you can hear the paper like whoosh, and you're like,
Uncompressed audio, too, by the way. That is 50 gigs worth of audio right there in that page turning.
So I've gone back and I've watched the trailer probably 7 or 8 times now. I've watched because it's this and Call of Duty. I've also been watching the Call of Duty trailer because I was really excited for the Call of Duty trailer. I like where they're going with Call of Duty as well. And the trailer was not what I expected it to be because I wanted the grittiness. Having said that,
no, and I think
having
that's right.
having said that, I'm excited to try out this game, and especially with all the changes, I'm super excited with some of these changes.
Should we
that
just
are
jump
coming.
right into the changes?
Let's jump right into the changes, and then we posted a poll.
Oh, let's do the poll first.
Okay, so before we go to the news, we might as well go to news after this.
Yeah.
I posted a poll to Patreon, to our Patreon subscribers. Which are you more excited for, Call of Duty Black Ops 4 or Battlefield 5? It was a 71 to 29%.
Oh, I have the results
vote.
right here. I can just
result. 71% of people said Battlefield 5. 29% said Call of Duty Black Ops 4. So overwhelmingly, Battlefield 5 did its job. And
I'm excited for both, but I actually really am excited for Black Ops 4. By the way, I'm using my Microsoft money to buy it for you. So you literally have no choice this year. So you either will get back on that crack cocaine horse or you'll just have it in
Call
your
of
library.
Duty?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so because I think some of the changes they're making are pretty fun too.
You're such a nice
Yeah.
guy. You're a nice
So-
guy.
anyways, I think that's interesting. 30 to 71%, and I think the reason I'm sitting here thinking like I enjoyed that. I wonder what people. I mean, I will be trying out the new Call of Duty because I think what they're doing is interesting, and I think they're trying to revive something. But in all reality, I think they've got to move to a new engine. I do. If they really want to make a, if they want to make a huge splash, Call of Duty. I mean, saying that a huge splash is like one of the #1 selling games ever.
Yeah.
But what I mean is like perception-wise, like really get people excited. I think they've got to move to a new engine because even going back and watching the trailer now, and then watch Battlefield 5 versus Call of Duty back to back. Watch them back to back. The new Black Ops. That engine. Just destroys it. That frostbite engine just destroys
Battlefield's still based off. I mean, it's heavily modified.
So in chat, in chat over at mixer.com/x1bros, if you'd like to join us live, you can every Friday. The question was posed: what are you more excited for, Battlefield 5 or Black Ops 4? 100% Battlefield 5 was the vote. So
whoa,
there you go. I think Call of Duty needs to, because I'm excited for those changes. I'm really excited to see how Battle Royale is worked out in Call of Duty Black Ops 4.
Which rumor is it won't be there at launch.
They nail their gunplay. Their gunplay is on point.
Like
no one's going to argue that ever. It's everything else. When you watch those trailers back to back, like when I watched it last week during the reveal, we didn't have a Battlefield 5 trailer. You were like, yeah, that looks good. And then you watch them back to back and it looks aged. It still looks, and it's the environment. And that's where you really see it. So I just think they got to get to a new engine, really. Anyways, with that, let's get this show on the road. This portion of the show is our news segment. Jordan.
All right, so
tell us what's happening in the world that is Xbox
So of
One
course,
this week.
you got the big Battlefield stuff.
Okay, so let's talk about the features.
Jump right into that, and just so everybody know, you guys know this. I'm a Battlefield fanboy, so they could have done dumb stuff in the trailer, and I probably still would have liked it.
I think that's apparent.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure.
I don't know.
That's what we
I liked that I didn't know where I was going. I liked the excitement. I liked being confused, and then when you learn all the features, it's pretty fun. But they're doing a ton of changes. The one I'm most excited for. I've played almost every Battlefield game.
Yeah.
But big one here, they're changing the way movement works. So you're gonna know when you first play, you're gonna notice the movement's a lot smoother. It's more impactful. Like your characters will actually kind of stumble when they hit doors and so what I mean. It's a lot more impactful. One of the cool things, they added a dive feature. I feel people are split 50-50 on this.
So like dive feature, like color.
You can dive
your
left,
equipment?
right. You can dive either direction.
Okay.
Yeah, dive either direction or front or back.
Okay.
And they did show this off in the trailer when the one robot arm lady jump down.
Sure.
And
We'll call her Wolfenstein.
yeah, I really thought
Blazowicz.
I found
Wolfie.
out I found
We'll
out
call
that
her
it was a
Blazowicz.
prosthetic, and I was like,
Blazowicz.
oh my gosh, I thought that was a robot arm the whole time. That's
Yeah.
why I didn't know where I was going.
So
But-
she's jumping backwards. That's what
yeah,
they're showing that.
Yeah, and cool thing.
While firing.
If you've ever heard, yes.
I'm making sound
Cool
effects.
thing.
No one can see me.
Yeah.
What I'm doing.
Cool thing is the dive does have a slight delay or timer on it, if you will. So they basically you can't dolphin dive and basically exploit things and stuff.
Just dive all over
Yeah.
the battlefield.
That's Call of Duty.
Yeah, dolphin diving. You know,
Yeah,
so they did think of that. You know,
That's
can
funny.
you imagine
That
that?
was a thing in Call
Yeah.
of
Your
Duty.
nickname is going to be Echo.
Echo the Dolphin.
Yeah.
One thing there's a lot of things. There's the no season pass anymore, right? So all maps are going to be free for everybody. There's a co-op mode, which is coming back, which is very cool. So co-op mode called Combine Arms. Single player war stories return. And if it's anything like Battlefield 1, I think this is a smart way to do it, especially for these games that are more heavy on multiplayer.
Yeah.
Because in Battlefield 1, you told like 3 or 4 different stories. So
Yeah.
one may not be the best, but you attach to another character. Really,
Yeah.
I mean,
I think
feel
that's
like,
smart.
Yeah, I feel like it's good because you're not like I like it. So hopefully it's the same way where they have multiple stories of different characters, so you can kind of see around the war. Big one, fortifications.
Yeah, this is going to be
This is going to be
to see how
interesting.
this
So,
plays out.
and at first I thought, oh, they're Fortnite-ing it. Everyone's jumping on the Fortnite.
But no, it's
right?
really not.
But it's actually they said the way they explained it, they were like, so towards the middle / end of a Battlefield match when the map's gone, and you're like, yeah. Yeah, I do know that. And they're like, it's just we want to fix that, so you can actually rebuild things in this one. Now they are predetermined locations.
And it's not rebuilding full things, to my
Well,
understanding.
yeah.
It's like
You're
setting
putting
up a
up-
gun turret.
You're putting up sandbags, but there was
Yeah.
one where like a building was destroyed, and
Sure.
they fortified around it with like a little tower.
yeah,
you
so
know
like
what I mean?
kind of realistic.
What's really cool is you can you're going to build like trenches and tank stoppers. You know what I mean? So you're going to have to.
Stoppers.
I feel like
Tanks are OP.
let's jump over to Call of Duty for a second. They kind of wanted to make their game more tactical.
Yeah.
Battlefield is kind of jumping back into that tactical squad based.
Specialists.
You know what I mean?
Utilizing your specialists more
What's really
effectively.
cool is everyone can build. Right, every character can
Yeah.
build in these predetermined locations. I believe it's the engineer who, by default, builds everything faster and can build a little bit more.
Okay.
Which is very cool. So I mean, there's a point to be the engineer class, and of course, it gives ammo. Another cool thing in this, we can talk more about fortifications later, but that's really all we know is you can build and tear stuff down and all that stuff. Everything you do as a player has to have an input. So, for example, if you want to pass ammo to a friend, it will have a physical input from you and a physical animation from not just the person passing the ammo, but from the player grabbing the ammo. Which you noticed in the trailer, he threw the ammo and you caught it.
Yeah,
Which,
that's
by the
cool.
way, I dig the details, man.
Dude, and that's the
Little
Frostbite
details.
engine physics at work there.
Wait, so if I need to receive ammo, I have to.
Well, I don't believe you have to hit a button, but like your character is going to have an animation where he
okay.
grabs that ammo. It's not going to be like, here's your ammo, and then all of a sudden your gun's there. You
That's
know what I mean?
cool.
You are going to have an animation. Everything is very physical. Healing is going to be really, really interesting.
Okay, see, I don't
no
know about
more of
healing.
the Jordan just, I
Yeah,
love
to
those.
me.
Yeah,
Dude, are we gonna,
Yeah,
like-
just letting them die?
And I get 15 kills or deaths. In
So
like
no
10
more of
seconds.
that. There is a actual full on takes I don't know how long it takes, but there's going to be a full on revive animation that when you decide to revive someone, you are going to go through that animation and you're stuck in that animation.
CPR.
Yeah.
Are they
Now,
going to
I
have a
think-
variety of animations?
I
'Cause
think
that'd be
you
cool.
can have. I think you like when you're in that animation, you can pull out and that person will just die. You know what I
Okay.
mean? So if you need to, but
Good to know.
basically
When in
what they're doing is they want to get rid of there's a huge battle going on, 3 people are dead, a medic just runs out and hits AAA, you know what I mean, and they're back up. They
Yeah.
want, if you're going to revive someone, you're going to have to actually go for it.
Interesting. So they must have seen, in doing that, like balance issues
Yeah.
with
Uh-huh.
with that. In other words, because in Battlefield 1 when we're playing, lots of people are medics, and that's probably why, because it by default ends up becoming you could just flood a zone.
Exactly. Now you can't do that because
Yeah.
there's going to be a full, like, for example, I don't have to wait for the guy to revive Mark. It's going to take so many, so I'll just shoot that guy while he's reviving him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's going to be a little bit more dramatic that way. Can you imagine this guy's trying to help a friend?
Can
He's
I
I'm gonna
hang
shoot him."
back and just work on his ankle?
Yeah. I mean, that's the idea. You know, that's the idea.
I just want to be protected.
A super cool feature sticking on the healing system here. You can any squad mate can revive any squad mate. You do not have if you're in a squad.
So everyone's a medic?
No.
Okay.
Us three are in a squad.
Sure.
You two are engineers, and I'm a medic.
Okay.
David dies. Mark can heal David because you're squad mates.
Okay.
You cannot heal anybody else, but you can not heal, revive.
Revive.
You cannot revive anybody else on the team because you're not a medic, but you can revive your squad mate.
Sorry, excuse me.
David just burped right into the microphone.
Sorry, I just.
Yeah, this is
I'm
great.
impressed.
Yeah, this is good.
it's the Dr. Pepper.
Yeah.
Dr. Pepper. Right
I
there.
saw you just drink it too.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Now-
this is amazing.
That's gross. Yeah, sorry, everybody. Sorry, everybody. So.
Now-
I wonder why they did that.
Because
it makes value for your squad.
It makes value
Is
for
there
your
an
squad.
advantage to a
your
medic
squad,
in your squad?
yes, there is.
Okay, so what does the medic do then in your squad?
It's going to take him twice as long to
fixes
revive
sandwiches.
you than it is. Yeah.
he packs the lunch.
I'm of course going to have health packs. You're not going. Well, I mean, I assume we're going to have.
Yeah,
People
so
gotta
you can
eat,
heal.
man.
I can
People gotta
revive.
eat.
I don't know what the number is, but
Sure.
let's say it takes theoretical numbers. So don't email me about this. Theoretical numbers here.
Okay.
Let's say I'm a medic and David's a whatever class. It takes me 5 seconds to heal him because he's a medic. Now Mark, who is an engineer, and David's an engineer.
I
Mark
build
goes
things.
to heal. Yeah, Mark goes to heal David. It takes him 10 seconds.
Like
you know
sandwiches?
What I mean? Yeah. It takes him a longer. There's going to be a longer,
Okay.
Animation for you because you're not a medic. But the reason they're doing that is because they want to move more into that squad-based. Like your squad means something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, which is very cool. The attrition system, I think, is a good tie-in for this. The new attrition system.
I thought you said nutrition system. I was like,
The nutrition system.
There's the
Interesting,
eating mechanic.
You get,
You
get
think
your
those?
proteins.
You think you were joking about those
gotta
sandwiches?
balance your proteins and your carbs just to stay, stay balanced.
The attrition system
Okay.
is very cool. And now this is going to be hard for me. And I think this is going to be hard for a lot of veteran Battlefield people. New guys coming to the series, they'll just get used to it because it's just a new game. But you are going to spawn with much less ammo. And
so you got to find ammo.
They
on
basically
the
said
field?
you're going to spawn with a lot less ammo because they don't want any more like this guy goes in and mows 10 people and then ducks behind a bucket.
a building.
Yeah, a building.
I mean, they have buildings in this game.
And his
I saw
health
one.
and his health regens, right? And then he still can go out and do. Oh, okay. So you're gonna spawn with a lot less ammo,
Yeah.
and your health will not fully regenerate.
I like
not
this.
the health will not
Yes!
fully auto regenerate.
Yes.
Now I'm a
So
medic.
okay. So sorry. Can we just pause there real
Yes.
quick? Let me clarify. So Mark spawns in. I'm here waiting for him.
Yeah,
to
Mark
spawn
doesn't
in.
have as much ammo as he does in previous Battlefield games. He's got a lot less.
Okay. He spawns in. I shoot him 2 times, but then someone takes me out. His meter goes down to 50%. It stays at 50%.
Think of it-
permanently
No,
until
so-
he's healed.
Think of it in tiers. Let's just say let's go in 25% tiers. You have 100 health and there's 4 tiers, right? If Mark drops below 75%, he will only auto regenerate to 75 until a medic comes and takes him the rest of the way.
Oh, that's cool.
Got to fix my sprained ankle.
Yeah.
That's cool.
The reason they're doing that all in tandem with the less ammo, because again, they want you to think more about your engagements. They don't want you just to go in and like, okay, you killed 2 people, but now you're at 25% health. You're not just going to run into the next one. You're
Yeah.
going to hang back. You're going to go, okay, where's my squad mate? Where's my
Yeah.
medic?
Yeah.
And at that point, you're out of ammo. What are you doing? You know what I mean? It's a lot more. They want you to think more about your engagements.
McSpicy, you said you like this. You
I've
got
been-
really excited.
I've been wanting this in games for a long time. Back the old days of like Halo 1 where you
Med
have
pack,
to
yeah.
get med packs. Your health does not regenerate.
Yeah.
I think that makes it far more strategic.
Makes
Way
it more about
strategic.
skill too.
Yeah,
ultimately.
exactly. Because you cannot sacrifice yourself the way, you just go guns blazing.
Yeah.
You have to think about every engagement, try to, minimize the damage you can take.
Yeah.
I love that style of gameplay way more. That's why I didn't like the new Battlefront with Star Wars as much
Yeah.
as the classic ones, because you had to get health.
Same thing.
Yeah. I think I've been missing this in games for years now. And I think this is kind of a balance between the two. You're not just all the way out because, you have the tiers. I like it.
Yeah.
I think it's a good move.
Now, I don't. Again,
Now, why go to less ammo for this? And where do you get ammo from? Explain.
No,
ammo
there
here.
you will spawn with less ammo, but there are going to be much more places on the map with ammo crates. And fun fact, you can actually pick up ammo off of dead bodies now.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
So
that's
murder
awesome.
someone and then take their ammo.
And then just go through the wallet. Oh,
But You
He's
have
got a Costco
again.
card.
You have to be careful because everything in this game takes a physical animation. So if you want to pick ammo, you are going to kneel down, search the body,
So
grab the
there's
ammo.
there's opportunity
If
cost.
you're running low on ammo, you don't have an engineer next to you.
Yeah.
There's an ammo crate over there. You have to physically run over there, obviously, and then there is a physical animation where he will go in and
I'm
grab.
liking everything I'm hearing
Yes.
so far. Actually, a lot.
We're not even to some of the best parts.
McSpicy, funny you mentioned Battlefront. Reactor Leak in chat says sounds just like the Battlefront healing system.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
Fair
like
enough.
the original
So you
Battlefront.
were- yeah, the
Well, the
Battlefront.
original,
Yeah.
the original one, I swear you had the med packs around. I mean, it's been. So
I think
long
you did
since
have
I
med
played it.
packs around, but
Yeah.
I mean, in Battlefield you have medics. So.
No, I
Now,
think
medics.
I think it's a way better
No,
system. I think it's
obviously-
a-
So can a
Medic-
can a support teammate give you ammo?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
And
So
you
you
saw-
start with less, but
and
then
you grab it.
Yeah, and you will actually physically grab it. Now there will be a physical animation where he'll give it to you, and you'll grab it and do whatever.
I
Right?
want
Dude,
the
it's gonna be
animation where I
interesting
tilt
to
my gun
see.
and the clip will go
Yeah,
right in.
You hold
Dude.
the clip out, and they just.
Dude, how cool are video games?
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah,
how
that-
cool are video
You know
games?
what? That's a good question. They're pretty cool,
They're
David.
pretty cool. Dude, the idea guy here was on point.
No, he was.
I like this.
Yeah, they hired him this year. So.
'Kay.
But there's still. I mean, this is.
Oh, we're not
really.
even,
we're not even
quarter.
halfway
Okay.
through. There's
Give
a
me,
lot
okay.
of.
Let's not go through everything.
Well, no,
Give
no,
me your top two.
I can't do that.
Okay.
There's literally.
Give me your
two.
top three.
There, I might not even be able to do that too.
Okay, just give me your top ones.
Okay.
Ones.
Okay. So there's the attrition system, which we're actually not. Yeah, no, we're done with that.
Okay.
Yeah, so less health.
Check it off the
Yeah,
list.
we're done with that. Which runs back. Anybody can revive each other, but it's going to take non-medics longer to revive people. And when a non-medic revives you, which is in your squad, you do not get full health. Which
Oh,
is-
okay, yeah,
okay.
And so there is a point to it.
So squad, it's all about squads in this game. Basically,
Yeah.
they're really trying to focus
Yeah.
you on the squads.
Yep. Very cool. There are going to be
Very
squad.
frenetic.
There are
It's
going to be
frenetic.
squad. I don't want to call them kill streaks or perks or anything, but in the trailer, you remember when that big missile came down and blew up?
Oh, that
That's
was
a
a
squad
squad.
call-in.
Dude, throwing in some Call of Duty perks.
Perks, yeah,
You
kills
like
very
that,
cool.
Spicy?
Yeah, I mean that's fun.
Another thing
Huh.
that I believe you guys will really appreciate
Okay.
is
Okay, well.
the ragdoll system that they're completely revamping.
man.
So do you know what ragdolls are in video game?
Well,
lingo?
yeah, it's when
your
they go
body
limp and
blah, blah,
blah,
right?
blah, 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 roll down the stairs. It's
Oh,
the
yeah,
slinky
yeah.
body rolling down the stairs.
All ragdolls are now server side, which means they have a physical location on the map for everybody. So if Mark dies in the middle of a street,
It's very likely.
yeah,
Actually.
Mark
I
will
remember
die.
Battlefield 1.
Yeah,
Mark
I'm
will
very
die.
likely to die.
Now
Just
that
saying.
now that ragdolls are server side, Mark will die in the middle of the street. David will yell, "Jordan, I'll cover you." I will go and grab Mark's body and drag him off to the side and heal him.
Ah.
Yeah.
Then
So
I'll die
some
again.
literally like Saving Private Ryan. I got you, and you're trying.
Don't grab me. Grab me by the shoulder.
Yeah, but anyway, you never know on the battlefield. You know, it's
Whatever it takes, man.
yeah.
Dude, that's cool.
So
Wait. Does his body stay there after he responds?
I think it'll eventually disappear.
Okay.
But it is.
That'd be
it
cool
is
if
server side.
bodies just piled up everywhere.
Also, tanks can hook up they can put on the old hitch and hook up AA guns to the back of them and drive them and move them and stuff, right?
that is cool. That is cool.
So-
They've changed a lot. They've
Yeah,
really changed a
just
lot.
three more things.
Okay.
Two more things. You can now crouch sprint, which has been a huge ask for a while. So while you're crouching, you can sprint like in
Fortnite does
yeah,
that.
there you go.
Yeah,
let's
Fortnite's
let's
fun.
do that. Let's say that. Bullet penetration. So if this house is made of wood, your bullet's gonna go right through that house.
Yeah,
So
it just
Okay.
makes
and there's
sense.
going to be high velocity rounds. Armor penetrate. Like
Again,
it's gonna,
look at all these features. I'm going to say it again. Now I'm really excited for the new Call of Duty. This all is because of the Frostbite engine.
Yeah.
Like they're able to just do more.
Now, just two more, I promise. Then we'll move on to the other stuff. You can now jump out of windows. This is a big change because in Battlefield 1, you had to break down the window and then jump out. If someone's rolling in, and you just need to get out of there, you get out of there.
Well, they showed
and you will combat roll
the
when you hit the
trailer
ground.
had that. They jumped
Yeah,
out. Remember
yeah.
that dude
Th-
jumped
and that's
out
what
the
they're
window?
that's what they're showing off. And you'll combat roll because everything's more physical and stuff.
Interesting.
The last one, which I think is long overdue, but I'm very excited. You can now toss back grenades.
Yeah,
And
I
not
saw that.
only
They showed that.
not only
They
can
showed
you
that a
toss
couple
them
times.
back, David can do a Superman move and catch it in midair and throw it back. And
I am
if
Superman.
David, if you happen to throw it back and maybe a plane's driving by, you can just shoot that grenade in the air. It'll blow up.
So I can go.
Yeah,
Like pigeon, like clay
Basically,
shoot it.
I think they got the idea from more pigeons. They said, "Well, what if we just made the pigeons grenades?"
Oh yes.
So, hey, there's tons more, but
Go check
it's-
out the
there's just
the
it's
notes, the
a
reveal
lot
notes.
of cool changes, and yeah. Now remember, when you catch the grenade, you do need to throw it
Sure.
back. You don't want to catch that thing and just hold on to it. Although that might be an achievement.
So on Mixer, there are hype
I guess
zones.
that makes sense.
So-
that's a hot potato, man.
Super exciting for that. We do have a community play. Sorry, let's do this. Community plays tomorrow.
Yes.
It's noon Eastern, noon to 2 Eastern. We are doing Master Chief Collection. Did you download it?
I'm going to do it after the
Okay,
show.
I gotta
Remind me
remember, too.
When we clean up all this crap.
Remember me too. Remind me too. Jordan, did you download it? Make sure it's
Oh,
a
yeah, yeah, yeah.
huge
Yeah, it's a big one.
download.
It's a big one.
But join us every month. We try to do it once a month. We announce it on the show. Tomorrow is the Master Chief Collection. One more thing that I forgot to take care of. If you're planning on attending E3, there is a post pinned inside Discord announcements asking you to just hit the little muscle that's there. It's a flexing arm to let us know that you're going.
Yeah.
We're going to be putting up an events channel for people who are going so that we can communicate and
Meet up and do
meet
whatever.
up
Yeah.
and stuff, and not bother the rest of the community with, "Hey Bill, where you at? Oh, I brought over here, Joe," in like Minecraft chat or the general chat. So
Bill and Joe, those characters.
so
that
go
are-
check out the announcement page. Let us know that you're coming, so we can connect with you and at least say howdy doody.
Yeah.
And Rainbow Six.
Yeah, Rainbow
Hype Zone.
Six Siege, very cool. I do just have to say one more thing that I'm mostly excited for about
Okay,
Battlefield 1.
give it to me.
Explosions and buildings exploding, they react physically now. So
Oh.
if a grenade explodes from the inside of the building, the destruction will go outward. If it explodes from the outside, it'll go inward. It's a lot
Yeah,
more.
see,
Yeah,
cool physics.
The
man.
detail. There's so much more I can talk about it for hours. But we'll move on. Rainbow Six
Hype Zone,
is now in the hype zone. I watched a lot of this week,
dude.
It was
Rainbow
actually,
Six is a fun game to watch stream.
yeah. I don't know if it was just I don't have a problem with Fortnite Hype Zone and PUBG Hype Zone. It's just they were the only two, and they're both the same genre, so
Yeah.
you're not really getting much. But having a completely different genre, essentially not completely different genre, but
first-person shooter.
a different
Yeah.
style of game. It was almost refreshing.
Rainbow
it was,
Six
it was
is
cool
fun to watch.
see,
So
yeah.
for those of you that don't know, Mixer has a hype zone where if you're in the final stages of a match, they will feature you on their front page. So they do it for Fortnite, they do it for PUBG. It's a dedicated place on their front page, and now they're doing it for Rainbow Six. So if you're in the final, I imagine if you're the last one standing in your
something like
match,
that.
it will flash to you. It's cool because it's out of everybody that's streaming that game currently.
Yeah.
So if you're the highest ranked person in Fortnite out of everybody streaming that game, so you're at number 3 people left, it will go to you in Hype Zone until you die. The same thing is now going to be in place for Rainbow Six Siege. I think that's really cool. It is really entertaining to watch.
What was hilarious about like 50% of the Rainbow Six I saw is the person was like, "Oh, I'm in Hype Zone. This is awesome,"
And then
they
died.
got shot.
And they're
Yeah,
like,
because they're all like, "Oh," they're like looking at the
Because
other.
that is a
screen, yeah.
game that
Yeah.
you have got to focus.
Yeah,
and like a
that's-
split second, that's
Because they're just like looking over at their chat real quick. Oh, awesome! I'm in Hype Zone.
awesome.
Pop.
Ah!
Yeah, that's very funny. So, very cool.
Game Pass, Xbox Game Pass, some new games coming.
Yeah, MotoGP.
Oh.
We should get this one. Disneyland. Next up, Hero Wasteland 2, Mega Man, and Tech Romancer. Now that's one I'm excited for. I didn't pick that one up.
Well, Wasteland 2 is another one.
No, I'm excited for that one too. I'm excited for all of them.
Okay, those are
But
really
Tech
fun.
Romancer, that one really
Dude, the
hits
Game
my.
Pass. The Game Pass is where it's at.
This is what Mark-
Overwatch,
yeah.
is bringing Mark back.
bringing
Now
Mark
tell
back.
McSpicy why he is going to be coming
So
back
they're
to
doing the
Overwatch.
anniversary event. Overwatch is now 2 years old, so
Okay.
congratulations to them. The
Yay.
reason I think he will come back is because the best McCree skin is now in the game.
Wait,
And you're
was it-
you're McCree dude.
Yeah.
yeah. Wait,
It's I don't know if it's as good as the American.
the American
one.
flag.
That one's really
McCree
good,
is
but
good.
Sherlock McCree.
Oh.
It is a
I
good
gotta
one.
look.
Sherlock Holmes McCree.
Oh.
It is probably one of my favorite skins I've seen, and I actually have played Overwatch on the PC at work to try and get this one.
That's cool.
So I'll have to jump on the Xbox as well.
Sherlock
Let's see,
McCree.
Sherlock Holmes McCree.
I'm gonna pull it up right now.
All right, Mark's
Now,
excited. Here we go.
The question is, are they make?
That's actually.
Wait,
that's
let's see.
pretty
Can
cool.
you show me that? Can I
Yeah.
can I see this
It's
because I've not
really-
yet seen this?
It's really tiny.
It's dangerous to move my. It's
okay.
dangerous to move my laptop. I'll do my best.
Can you click and zoom on it? or-
Oh, that's
I
cool.
don't-
Here,
I don't-
I'll just look it up over here. I mean, I have a
oh, yeah.
computer right in front of me.
Hey, technology.
You know, I have technology right in front of me. I'll just look it up over here.
Very cool. Well,
So,
you're
are they
looking-
making an Overwatch 2? This
Yeah,
is
so
big
the next
question.
story, Blizzard was asked, "Hey, are you making an Overwatch 2?" They basically, in a polite way, said, "No."
Well, it's kind of a persistent game. They don't
Yeah,
really
the thing
need to.
is they talked about. They basically said, "Look, when we first started, we have a lot more employees now than when the game first came out because of the live service. And they said doing a live service game really does take a lot of your attention.
Yeah.
They never officially said no, we're not making an Overwatch 2, but in their words they said right now we're all focused on the live service of Overwatch. We're all great, we're excited to bring new characters, maps and stuff, and we really want to focus on the 6v6 shooter genre that we just, the game that we created. So I mean, and games like Overwatch, Fortnite, PUBG, I mean, you don't need sequels to that. You know what I mean? Like,
no. And Blizzard doesn't do sequels very often.
Yeah, they do expansions.
Yeah. They did do StarCraft 2, but it took
and then
25
they expanded
years.
the crap out of it.
Yeah.
So, but so I mean,
if you haven't yet, go to your computer and look up Sherlock Holmes McCree.
Yeah.
That is cool. He's in like a British Sherlock Holmes plaid hat and a plaid jacket, some nice pants and some boots, and one of those old like dual muskets type of guns that he's got.
I think whoever is the McCree guy
is on point. It's like one dude.
Yeah, he's just
his
like
whole job.
he doesn't let anybody else touch McCree. He goes, no, these are my skins.
Probably
Yeah.
like Calvin Klein.
Definitely don't
designing
have
stuff
the
for-
Orisa guy touch him, right?
Oh, really? No dice?
Oh yeah, Orisa. Have you seen Orisa?
Here,
It looks.
let me type in
The funniest comment I think I ever
Was
heard.
when Jeff was reading the tweets.
Yeah,
that was
when
hilarious. He even laughed at that.
Yeah, because Jeff Kaplan was reading tweets about Orisa, and the tweet was Orisa looks like it was made out of French fries.
Yeah, it said
It's
something
the
like,
yellow.
It said something like, "I can make a better Orisa skin with a box of French fries" or something like that.
Yeah.
And it was
She
funny
just
because
doesn't have good skin. Why? Because she's just always this like robot.
just-
I think
character
she's
model.
Yeah, the character model. It's hard.
It's
She
hard.
does have a cool carbon one. It's kind of
Yeah.
cool, but it's. But I do that McCree skin. Yeah, I just dig it, man. The Bastion skin's pretty cool too.
Now, a lot of people thought Battlefield 5 might be going to Vietnam with the V. That wasn't the case,
No.
but you can still get your Vietnam fix via Far Cry 5.
The reason, by the way, they went to World War II is because they said World War II is where they started, and they said they have the technology to bring it more alive now. So they want.
I mean, clearly,
yeah.
look at all those things that they're
Yeah.
updating
Yeah.
in here. But
Well,
Far Cry
yeah,
5,
but see that.
Far Cry.
That answer. Sorry to go.
Sure.
That's one of the things that bugged me.
Yeah.
We have the technology
Well,
now
they
to do
didn't-
the
I mean, they
exact
didn't
same style.
Well,
or
yeah.
the same
No,
game.
but better to
They-
do exactly.
they
how
basically
always
to
done
That's
it.
make it-
always the case.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's true.
but I mean,
That's
they
true.
wanted to.
Technology's
They
always
also
been
talked
improved.
about wanting to go back to their roots. Like World War II is where they started.
I just think that I don't know. I didn't like that because in 3 months you have better technology, right?
Yeah.
With the technology
Well, okay,
has
so
improved
I may
to
have
the
missed.
point where we can do it
let
again.
me re-explain because they said they wanted to go back to their roots.
Jordan's
and-
misquoting them.
Yeah, they wanted to go back to their roots, and the technology now they can show off better. I don't know. So maybe they did say they did. Say
Jordan
something
doesn't know what
better.
they
I was
said now?
there. I
Yeah.
heard them, and
Oh,
I was like,
so you know.
I wasn't
so I'm not
there.
Like,
I
I'm not,
watched it live.
Okay, so you did hear them. Like me saying that's not the first time you heard that.
No, yeah,
Okay, good.
exactly.
Okay, so maybe
yeah.
they are saying. Okay.
No, I just don't like fluff, and I was just annoyed at the time that I had to sit through that long of a
Yeah.
blah 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 blah.
So they did say something about
technology,
the-
blah blah
Yeah.
blah blah. I don't know. I'm just.
We have they wanted to go back to their roots.
I think I just was hungry. Probably. When
You
I
were-
was-
Sounds like it.
You were hangry.
You're angry.
Yeah.
You're angry. So Far Cry 5 is taking us to Vietnam. This is really
Vietnam,
cool.
yeah.
I think the story here is really cool too because you're going back to a character's past.
Yeah, you're just going to Vietnam. It's going
Which
to launch
is-
on June 5th.
Which, if you think about it, this is really smart. Far Cry can do whatever it wants, really, to show the past history of a character. Why not go 2 generations back to one
Honestly,
of the characters in the game?
I think Far Cry is really at the point where they can just do whatever
They can do whatever they want.
They're
It's
at
so
a
cool.
Fortnite level of doing whatever you want. So Ubisoft reveals their games lineup, which is pretty much stuff we already know. There's going to be Division 2, Beyond Good and Evil 2, For Honor, Skull and Bones, Starlink, Battle for the Atlas, and Transference.
Now these were on. They said there's surprises.
Now there's
they've
also
not
going to be
released.
surprises, but these are
and
they've
rumors.
basically
They just
essentially confirmed. it.
Basically, they confirmed the games we already knew about.
Yeah. Mark, exciting
That's literally-
times for Fortnite.
Oh.
New patch coming out. The
New
biggest
one.
feature that I think is coming in the patch is in game. It will say, "Hey, Mark, you completed this challenge." It will tell you in game
that's
what
good.
you complete. Yeah,
That's because that's a struggle.
yeah, because you don't know.
It's absolutely true, especially with traps. Yeah, you kill a guy with a trap and it doesn't count. You don't know.
And it's tough. But yeah, in
So
the new
you make
patch,
sure you kill 5 guys with traps.
I think that's how long it's taking people to get that checked off the list. And I think it's like under 1% of people are able to do it.
That is hilarious.
Because they
Very
nerfed
cool.
them. They nerfed the traps. So
they're probably like, "Hey guys,
Let's
what
make
if,
an ach-
what if we
let's make an
nerf the
achievement
traps
for
and
traps
then make it a
and
challenge?"
nerf
They're
it.
like laughing.
I wouldn't be so bugged about
like a
this.
joke.
I've spent so much time doing this, trying to get this challenge done this week. The reason it bugs me is there's a separate challenge that you have to sequentially finish all the challenges every week, and then you'll get something bad A unlocked.
Oh,
Well,
so you
it's
put in
not-
all this work. So if you miss this challenge,
But the thing is, it's not timed by week. You're not locked into the week. Like you can go and complete it later, right?
No, it's you have to do all the challenges in a week.
I thought it was like because the way it's worded in my mind, it says complete week 1 challenges.
No,
No, okay.
it's complete the challenge in 1 week.
Oh, okay. I may have missed that.
Complete
that
all
word.
challenges in 1 week. You have 3 freebies, which I think I have to burn a freebie this week.
What do you mean
because
freebies?
there's 10 weeks and there's only 7 of those 7 of those. So this week we can let it slide, but I can't do that again because I only have 2 more freebies.
you're not blowing those. You don't want to blow those.
You should. I've been trying my hard,
Dude, next week.
That
next
makes it
week they're-
intense.
I think
when
they're
you're trying to
sitting-
go for something.
and it pisses me off because I'm like, do you know how rare traps are, anyways? You have to find the damn things. Jeez, it's so hard.
They're
to-
sitting in the boardroom right now laughing about next week's challenges. They're like, "Hey guys, let's do pistol kills and take pistols out of the game."
Traps are so hard to find. They reduced. I swear they reduced how many are there for this week.
They did. They're laughing. They're like, "Guys, let's do this. That'd be hilarious." What are they gonna do? We have $100 million.
Yeah, jeez. Oh, there you go.
Yeah, so that's actually a cool little feature, the little quality of life, if you will,
Yeah,
update
no, I like that
coming
a
out,
lot.
which is very nice. And then, of course, we
Last
already
but
talked
not
about this,
least.
but Hungry and Deep coming out next week. What is the exact date, David? I have it right
The Tuesday. It's on
here.
Tuesday.
May
29th. It's Tuesday.
Very cool. I have Tuesday off. I will be
don't.
staying up late, jumping in there, sailing. I'm playing a lot of I'm not a lot of Fortnite, but I've been getting back into Fortnite this
Yeah.
week because of you, actually.
Oh, really? Why?
You just asked me to play.
Fortnite? You mean Sea of Thieves?
Oh, Sea of Thieves.
Yeah,
Thieves.
I was like, wow,
Confused.
David, you've been playing Fortnite?
Playing? Yeah.
No, sorry, Sea of Thieves. Yeah, and it's been fun. I actually think I'm going to go home after work tonight and maybe sail.
Yeah.
It's relaxing.
It is
It
relaxing.
is. Maybe I need to do that too.
So Hungering Deep is going to determine. This is really going to
Yeah, it's gonna
determine
be interesting.
if they do enough to keep me around.
There was a patch this week. Was it just like a little hot fix they sent out? A little
Yeah.
pre-Hungering Deep patch.
Pre-Hungering
if you will?
Deep patch. Nothing too major. One of the features that I really enjoy is. Then this wasn't with this week's patch. This was like a patch a week ago or 2 weeks ago.
Let's say a patch and a half.
Patch and a half. When you swim underwater, your name tag goes away. So you swim underwater it actually makes you invisible. So it's so much easier to mess with pirates and stuff.
I did save the best news story for last. Madden 18 announced.
19.
Sorry,
19.
Madden 19 announced
Yep.
pre-order coming out.
Hall
it's
of,
there.
Hall of Fame edition featuring Terrell Owens. I actually really like that. Terrell Owens, while he was playing, a lot of people were not a fan of him. He often got the
Late
thing.
in the career, right? Late in the career.
Yeah, later in the career. When he was young on the 49ers, I mean, the guy's a specimen. He was the first big wide receiver, just really hard to guard because he was so tall and so big. And then he kind of changed the wide receiver position that way. But if you remember, he had a lot of antics. He was very, very loud. He was kind of controversial playing, but post career, he's become very likable. I mean, a lot of people. Terrell Owens is a good person to have on the cover because I think he's entertaining. I think he's fun, and he changed the position. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's really exciting. There's really no announcement as to what it is, and there's a lot of YouTube videos out there that I think are from people that are way into Madden. They're like, here's all the news on it, and all they do is screen capture what's on the website, and the website says the
Coming
same thing.
29
The
days
website
in.
says the same thing every year. You're going to have more control and precision over every aspect. Well,
The graphics will be
that doesn't
better.
mean okay. I
We
don't know
now
what that
have
means.
the technology to make it better this year.
Well, no, but they say that every single year. Why? Like, so I don't know what that means. Not until you tell
Updates
me.
to Ultimate Team.
Yeah, updates to new Ultimate Team, new ways to control your game. This is the most realistic Madden ever. Well,
because the technology.
well, that's what you say
Do you
every
think
year.
they
so-
just accidentally printed too many copies of that or something, and they're just like, well, just
Just use it. Use it again.
Just send it out again.
No, so I'm really excited to see. Actually, we all are going to EA Play. We
Yes.
signed up for individual games.
And
You get one game that you don't have to wait in line for that you schedule an appointment to play. I am playing Madden 19, so I'm really excited to be able to test it out and tell everybody what it's like.
I'm playing Battlefield 5.
You're playing Battlefield 5. You're really going to be able to check that out, and McSpicy's doing Anthem.
I get Anthem, baby.
Oh.
I'm excited to be Iron Man.
Watch this just like a huge disappointment.
That'll be great.
You like
I'll
walk
be
and
able to
fall
play it.
through the map.
Yeah.
I don't even care. This is gonna be
I'm a
like
little
I just
nervous. I'll
a
have to,
smile
I'll
on
have
my
to
face.
talk to people I've never met before.
Oh, you're afraid?
Like, yeah,
Afraid
a
to
little
talk
bit.
to
I
people?
like my
Yeah.
I like my comfort
David,
zone.
David, we're very private people. You're the one that likes to flex in front of the mirror and then on Instagram and everything.
That's right.
You start revolutions at the Microsoft store.
I know. Me and Jordan just hang back and play video games. We're
That brings us to the last and final segment of our show. This is the show where we take questions from the mailbag. In order to submit a question each week, you just need to subscribe to us on Patreon. $3 or more gets you access to the mailbag. Support the show and the community by joining our weekly mailbag over at patreon.com/positive gaming or XoneBros.com and hit the support tab at the top of the page. First question. This one's for Jordan.
Yeah.
This one comes from Happy Mail. Last
Oh,
minute. He
Happy
got this
Mail,
in
yeah.
last minute.
Last
by
minute,
the
the
way.
mail delivered it on
The
time.
mail delivered it on time. He wants to know with the announcement of the new Microsoft controller,
the
the fully
yeah, that,
that's a good
the
one
adaptive
too.
controller,
Yeah, the Xbox adaptive.
I think they're the same size.
adaptive controller, and the Duke are the same size. With the announcement of the new Microsoft controller that was discussed last week, World of Warcraft slimming down the spells and then boosting their operating system, do you think Blizzard is starting to get WoW ready for the console? The signs are starting to point in that direction. If so, Jordan, what do you think it will do to the game, good or bad?
Look, if WoW comes out on the console, I'll be the first one to stand in line and buy it. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Now, if
How does
they,
that affect the game?
If they, I mean, they might. I don't want them to hurt me.
What hurt you how?
Fair enough.
Yeah, I
Not
don't.
letting me transfer stuff.
Oh,
over.
okay. So it's got to be a count.
Well,
Blizzard's-
they
and they're-
don't do that.
They're not gonna do that, except for with the card game. Like apparently they're on their own rule. They're on a different floor. Apparently, I don't know what. I don't. They're in the other building.
They've got a different manager.
Their building's got fiber connection or something.
Actually, Ben Bros left like 2 weeks ago. He was over Hearthstone.
Oh, okay,
He's
so maybe
gone.
that's
the guy
gone.
with the beard.
Yeah,
And then he just-
the one
he's-
that laughs like,
Yeah, and he's always like got a deep.
Yeah.
I don't want to play the game anymore.
No, well, he wants to do, you know, like what Chris Metzen did, like kind of take care of his family a little bit, you know.
I respect that.
And then
But I won't play his
No.
game.
And
anymore.
then he also mentioned he kind of wants to make his own game company
Yeah.
too.
Oh,
okay.
So, but so Ben Brode like 2 weeks ago left Hearthstone.
Well, hey, good for him taking care of his family.
So
but he's a
you-
good designer, good game
Yeah.
director.
You, if it comes to console, you want to be able to transfer your stuff. That just makes sense naturally.
Well, yeah. I mean, I have a lot of hours in that game.
So Happy Mail, how does it affect the game for good or bad?
Well, okay, so
Bringing it on console.
It can only be good, right? Bringing more games to the console. I mean,
But
I
for
never.
the game, do they change the game to get console?
They'll have
players
to
in
do
there?
something like they did with Diablo.
Okay.
And I think Blizzard being Blizzard will.
I mean, and if you have the adaptive controller, just say, here's the best way to
But
do
you
it,
got to
or-
think if you're buying, how do you sell it on the? I mean, there's a lot of stuff they got to think about. You got to think about UI design because you can't just use your UI design. It's not. This cannot be a port.
So even though they slimmed down the spells, there's still a buttload that like on your bottom bar, right?
Well, you
Like-
can have a lot of stuff. I
Yeah.
mean, you can cut. I mean, there's a good handful there. Now the thing is, it's not just spells. I mean, like. You have your menus that you're going to have to completely redesign, which you can. I mean, I'm not saying that's hard. I think the most difficult is how do you sell it, because you're
Probably at the store.
No. I'm saying you're
Bad.
you're
Bad joke.
You're hold
bad
on.
joke.
Well, you can finish that joke because I'm going to count them out. One,
Probably at the
two,
store.
Probably you can sell it at the
three,
store.
Can we get a-
4,
can we get a
5,
rim shot?
6, 7. With Battle for Azeroth.
Oh yeah, there it is.
With Battle for Azeroth coming out, you're 7 expansions in. How are you going to sell a Game of the Year edition? What's your price point? I mean, what are you going to do? Because you think about it,
I think you go Ultimate Edition,
you go Ultimate, but do you
Definitive Edition.
Do you jade your PC players because you just sold a whole bundle for cheaper than what they bought the new expansion for? The new expansion's $40, right?
Well, you don't include the newest expansion. I say you go up to the newest expansion and then keep the newest expansion as a separate purchase.
I don't know. I there's a lot of. I mean, they can do.
And so
honestly,
you have 2 different price points.
Maybe for $60 you sell an Ultimate Edition. You know what I mean? Because you can't go any higher than $60. You have to have at least a $60 version. You can't come in with a game only at $80. You know.
Let me ask you this, because this is the big question: bringing it to console, do they keep the paywall?
What paywall?
The monthly subscription.
Yes, because what you get in return is well worth it.
Really?
Oh yeah, I mean
console play. So the thing is, here's the thing. They're not trying. Or do you think if they bring it to console, is their strategy bring people back to World of Warcraft or introduce new people to World of Warcraft? Because those are 2 different strategies. I think you can keep the paywall if your strategy is to bring people back who are on console to World of Warcraft. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you can keep that paywall to introduce new players to it.
I think you can.
You think so?
When you're the best MMO in the business, I think you can.
See, but here's the thing. An MMO, a person who's not played World of Warcraft doesn't know that. And they're not, I don't know if they're willing to buy a game and pay $15 a month.
Well, that's where, because the level, I mean,
that's a large barrier to entry.
They've improved the leveling a lot, but the best quests and stuff are in the newest expansions because they have the technology.
Spicy, what do you think? Can they charge that subscription fee if they're trying to get, on console?
Here's something that I think is a good move.
Okay.
Don't laugh at me.
Well, I just don't know if you're joking or if you're being serious because you're giving me this like wily look. Like I got a good one.
Here's what
a frenetic look.
Yeah, frenetic.
A frenetic look. I'm just gazing. No, this is a bold move, but you put World of Warcraft in part of the Game Pass as part of the Game Pass subscription.
Wow.
Whoa.
If you can get Blizzard to, just pay a little fee to Blizzard.
Oh,
that would be a big fee.
They could dictate that fee. Don't you think World of Warcraft could dictate that fee to Microsoft?
World of Warcraft
but
pays
it's worth
for
it
the rest of their games. I mean, I know Hearthstone and that make
saying,
a lot, but
it's probably not going to happen.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea.
Dude, that would be cool.
Because
whoever's
it's what, $120 a year for the Game Pass, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just throw 10. Oh wait, the math is not working.
Because it's
$15 a month, right? It's $15.
Well,
bucks
what
a
you
month?
$10 a month. 120, 12, 10.
You get like you do an extra tier, 150 or something to get. Now I don't know if that.
So you
would
can't do
work.
that.
Wait, what you do? I got it.
I
got it. I know. I think I like where you're headed here. What you do is this is what you simultaneously do. We're bringing it to console, and we're lowering our monthly fee to $10 for everybody. It's in Game Pass.
You'd have to do, but then you split your PC community. I mean,
How do you split your PC community?
Well, you don't split them, but you jade them. You're like, yeah, play on console. You've been with us.
No. What I'm saying is
all across the board.
$10.
I mean, they could. Honestly, they're making more money on their store than they are their subscriptions.
I think they're making more money off their bots than
maybe
anything else.
maybe they announce free to play then.
World of Warcraft
The
now
thing
they
is,
don't
dude,
need to. They're the best MMO in the business. They really.
Yeah, I mean, when you're bringing it in, when they're paying for it, look, when you're bringing it in,
It's the same reason Apple never puts their stuff on sale.
Yeah,
They don't need to. People still buy it.
yeah. So, and there's always a huge spike when a new expansion comes out. I mean, they've done really well with the last expansion, Legion. I think it's brought it back. Look, World of Warcraft on the console would be awesome. I think it's going to be a hurdle for the development team to get it on the console because of all they have to do. I wouldn't mind leveling a new character. I do it because I love the game and I love the world. And some of the best lore, in my opinion, is in World of Warcraft. I mean, you want to know where Arthas and Jaina and Sylvanas, where it all began, because those 3 are tied to each other.
Yeah.
If you want to know where it all, you play Warcraft 3, actually, and then you come to World of Warcraft,
and
you
learn more.
In comments, Freaky RO says not going to buy and pay monthly on console. Oz Bundy Boy says, I think that given that people on console have to pay subscription to play online, they'll fail if they have to pay that extra subscription. That seems to be, everybody seems to agree with that. Mm-hmm. I think that's the barrier to entry for console players. There's just a different mindset there.
But you got
to think you're already paying for Xbox Live.
You got the most popular MMO.
But even then, if their goal, you'll get a couple people, but you won't have the success that you think you'd have. And especially, and the people that you're going to get, if it comes over and you're forced to pay that subscription fee, are the people that have already played it and want to play it on their console, so they already know how it's good. You're not getting new people. Let's put it this way: I want to get into World of Warcraft. I'm not paying a subscription fee.
Well, they have it free up to 20, so you can play it for free up to.
Here's the
20.
deal, though, David. Like, do they care about people like you?
Well, but what I'm saying is, that's my point.
Because
what is their point? Are they
the
trying?
Nintendo strategy? how expensive is Skyrim on Nintendo right now? $60 full. You can
That's
get it
true.
everywhere else for 10, 15, right?
That's true.
They're just re-releasing it on a new platform, and they're going to make money off of it.
Yeah.
Well, they're not. Okay, let me get real. This is all speculation. We don't know.
Yeah, this is if it's coming.
This is,
assuming that it's coming.
This frenetic conversation is highly just, rumorific.
Yeah, this is the rumor zone.
This is a rumor zone, yeah. So,
But, dude, I would love to see Warcraft on the console.
I don't think they care about people like you.
Well, see, but that's what I was saying. I was saying if their strategy is to just get people who want to play it on a console that have already played it, then they leave the paywall in.
Yeah.
If they're trying to introduce the game to a new audience, I think they have to get rid of that paywall.
I think getting a new audience to that game is about 12 years old. Like this game is old, right?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
they've
Yeah, you're right. I think you're right. The
I think
strategy
they
is
just-
now
probably
your next
Nintendo.
question is: do you link it? Do you crossplay to the PC and everything? Right?
Oh,
Do you-
absolutely. That's Microsoft's gig. Why not?
But I mean, do you? I mean, I highly doubt Blizzard exclusively releasing something on one console. They'd have to release it on the PlayStation as well, and
Well,
we know Sony's not in the cross.
It's then tough. I mean, you're Blizzard. What do you say to Sony? Hey, we wanted this to be crossplay, and Sony says no. Okay, we'll just go on Xbox and Nintendo for that matter. Can you imagine playing World of Warcraft?
Because
on
you
Nintendo
can't. I
Switch?
mean, unfortunately, you can't just go cross-play from both consoles to PC because then if you have a group, it won't work out, right? It has to be one universal cross-play. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Explain yourself again.
So, for example, you can't, because people are like, well, why don't you just make it crossplay to PC only? You can't do that. You can't go Xbox to PC, PlayStation to PC, because what if you get a group where someone's on PC and he's grouped up with a PlayStation and they're trying to group up
no,
with
you
an
can
Xbox?
do it. Fortnite does that. Fortnite does that.
But they don't play with each other. You're right. They do that.
They do. Yeah. It's,
mind
yeah.
blown.
Which, by the way, I was talking about the tournament earlier today that I've been watching. So let me compare Fortnite directly to Overwatch right now.
Okay.
But what if you make a friend in that game that's on PlayStation? Can you add him to your friends list?
Well, yeah, it's in Fortnite itself, so it would be on Battle.net.
It would, okay.
So that's how Fortnite does it. They have their own.
So on Fortnite, you're playing on the PC, I'm on my Xbox, David's on a PlayStation. We all play together.
Yes. Through
Fortnite
Fortnite
servers.
itself. Fortnite servers.
Okay, I lied. You can do it.
So sorry. Continue with your point about comparing
So
Fortnite and Overwatch.
So Overwatch, the scene is strictly like if you want to play competitive, the
PC.
scene is strictly PC, which sucks for console players because we never have that right?
I
Right?
agree.
Can't
I
shoot
wish
for
a
the
lot
top.
more games did
Yeah.
Smite what Smite does.
Fortnite, because of this crossplay, the tournament I was watching earlier today. You had people on PlayStation, you had people on Xbox. They were all playing in the same tournament on PC as well, and arguably I mean, you get the best console players on there. They can compete.
They're
easy.
holding their own with the mouse
Oh
and
yeah,
keyboard.
they win. I think last week they won. A console player won. So
So how does that work though? Because the thing that you really notice on PC is just how quick you can turn
yeah, you can.
and do that.
At the build, so Fortnite about 3 weeks ago, a month ago or so,
A patch and a half.
a patch and a half or so ago, they changed how you build. They made it so it's instead of having to scroll through all your build things,
It's hotkeyed.
you can hotkey, right.
So you can hotkey it on your controller.
I actually was playing against a guy that killed me. And then I started watching him, and I was blown away.
Whoa.
I was absolutely. He played like Ninja. He played like, Daquan. He played like all these really good PC players. And I messaged him, and I just said, I just want to tell you that I'm impressed, and I love how you.
Did he message back?
Yeah, and he said he just has really high sensitivity settings, and he watches the pro players and he practices. And so, the argument that I've always had. You have to have the input of a mouse and keyboard to.
These guys are showing you that that's not necessarily
if
the case.
you play what you're comfortable with, and now you don't have to learn another platform. Sorry, you don't have to learn another. You don't have to learn another platform.
Some McSpicy spit across.
I
the
spit
table
like
there.
everywhere. Just that. You don't have to learn another platform to play video games. The tournaments allowing those servers are allowing.
So let me ask you. Let me ask you this though. To hit that number one spot in the world, Do you think that could be a console? That could ever be a console guy? Because that's
For sure,
obviously
absolutely.
We're
You should see
we're
these
talking
guys.
top level, but the next level can you know that the level
yeah.
beyond the top?
Oh yeah, they're competing. I
Really?
watched it happen today.
Really? Wow.
In front of his eyes.
I watched
Were you
it
just
happen.
you're like jaw dropped?
Like, yeah, they are there. There are good console, and I would argue. Okay, this is gonna be a very polarizing comment.
Okay.
I would argue that the console players that are competing with the PC players are better because
Really?
they have less. They have harder equipment to deal with.
Yeah.
That's a bold
they're at a
statement.
disadvantage.
They're
They have
at a
to be better
disadvantage
because
and
they're
they're
at a
competing.
disadvantage, Yeah.
Wait, okay. Can you say that again? I can't wrap my head around that. Say that one more time.
So the console players that are playing at the same level as PC players on Fortnite are better because they have crappier equipment
Oh, I
and they're
see.
competing
Yeah,
on the
'cause they're
same
not as
level.
dialed in.
Yeah.
Wow.
But you know, whatever.
Now,
It's
here's-
hard. I'll also say it's hard to say when's better at that level.
Yeah.
it's a matter of
You're just
RNG and
Ronan's just speaking truth in chat. He says if you're good, you're good. PC, Xbox, PS doesn't matter.
Now here's my question.
Hashtag truth.
What like how does Epic get around it? Do PC and console only connect to PlayStation and Xbox
Epic-
only connect to PC and then
Epic-
that's how they're
It's-
like, well, they're
no,
not connecting
It's
to
because
each
it's
other.
through their own server.
They do it through Fortnite. Have you played a cross-platform game yet?
Yeah, we played the very first time it came out.
We connect through Fortnite itself within the game. So you have to have the PC as the host, which forces it to go into their servers. So in order to cross-platform, you have to have a PC player.
Okay.
Okay, so let's say because Fortnite's on my PlayStation because the battle
So you
Royale
can't
free.
go. This is why I see what you're saying. You can't go directly
Xbox to PlayStation.
PlayStation.
You cannot.
because it's just not allowed.
Correct.
PC gives you the third that unloads it on their server.
It's
Boom.
because they have separate servers specific to cross-platform play.
Very cool.
So here's one last question, then we'll move on because this is blowing my mind.
Yeah.
So
Mind blown.
I go home, I jump on my PlayStation and jump into Battle Royale because it's free. It's on the PlayStation. I start playing. You're on your Xbox. Even in the Fortnite manager, you cannot invite me directly.
Correct.
But David goes home and jumps on his PC. He says, "Hey, I got you guys," and he invites me through Fortnite, and he invites you through Fortnite, and then we're all
Because now
in a-
we're not connecting through Xbox Live. We're
or
connecting through
PSN. We're
playing
going right
through
into Fortnite. So okay, but see, you could not. But this brings us back to the original question: could you couldn't do that in World of Warcraft? Because again, what if we have that same scenario and we all grouped up and did a dungeon, and then me and you go away, but we still want to be friends? We can't directly connect to each other.
But we're not doing it through the OS. We're doing it through Fortnite. So if it was World of Warcraft, you
It
would
would
do
already-
it through BattleNet.
Because we're already logged into the world.
Correct. You'd have to do it through BattleNet, and it would be a specific cross-platform server.
Because when you log into World of Warcraft, you are logging into BattleNet servers, basically the same way Macs and PCs play together.
Yes.
essentially.
I believe I don't know how they do it in Warcraft, but that's how Fortnite does it. They do it through their own system.
But in Fortnite, here's my question. In Fortnite, if David left and me and you still wanted to play with each other, we could not do that
No,
in Fortnite.
I don't think
now, you're
so.
saying in World of Warcraft, we would be able to. That's my question.
No, we would. Well, if they're doing it the same way Fortnite does it, it would have to be.
We'd have to have someone on the PC to link our group together.
I believe so.
See, and
yeah.
I don't think World of Warcraft would be down with that if they couldn't get everybody on the same page. You know what I mean? Because think about that. You run a raid with a group of people, half are on PC, half are on PlayStation, the other half are on Xbox. You'd have to. I mean, those guys can't play with each other by themselves. You know what I mean?
Well, I know, but that's why you have to, in the settings, you have to say, I want to play on cross-platform. You have the control to say, I want to do that or not.
And yeah.
You know, because obviously people, there's an advantage there with the mouse and keyboard, right?
Yeah.
So you say, I don't want to do that. So what I'm saying is Fortnite has specific servers set aside for those that want to do that.
Yeah, on the Xbox and stuff, and they just jump right in.
Yeah. So that's
So
how,
basically,
They're subverting the system.
Blizzard has a server list. They would have your Xbox server list, PlayStation server list, and then cross server list.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And when you're making $232 million a month,
That's easy.
you just hire more servers.
Yeah.
You just go to Amazon and say, I need this amount of servers, and they give it to you.
Yeah.
Literally on Amazon. Amazon Prime, they give it to you in 2 days.
So Fortnite does it.
I mean, I still think Blizzard can do it if they singleized them, but it'd be more fun to.
Great question.
But
Thank you very much, Happy Mail, for writing that in.
Did that blow your mind?
A little bit. I'm still wondering if World of Warcraft.
Let's do it.
You know what I mean?
Let's do it. I have Fortnite on my
No,
PC.
no. I know how Fortnite works, but I don't know if
Jordan, you're stuck.
Blizzard.
You're
Yeah,
stuck in this box.
I am. I'm the Xbox.
You've played World of Warcraft too long one way. You
Yeah,
gotta,
I know,
Gotta
I know,
expand
yeah,
your mind
I know.
here, man. You gotta.
Just picture Blizzard buying the next block over and then putting more servers in there that say it can happen.
That's it, and it will.
All right.
Get out of
It's
your box,
possible.
man. You can't hear the truth over your lawnmower, man.
Get out of your box.
Anyway,
Great question. Thank you very much, Happy Mail, for writing
that
that
turned into
in.
a long question.
Yeah, that
sorry.
did. That's good. That's good. That's a good discussion. Colin Crable writes in.
I think it turned into a long answer, not a long question.
Colin Crable writes in and asks, I always look forward to E3. I enjoy watching the press conferences and being consumed by a week of exciting game news. But as most recently demonstrated by Call of Duty and Battlefield, in this age, games can easily reach their audiences on their timing and their terms. Is it inevitable that E3 eventually yields to these sorts of announcements and programs like an Inside Xbox, Nintendo Direct? McSpicy raised your hand.
I
Go ahead.
don't think so, because originally E3 was not meant for consumers, right? It was meant for
Press.
Press, exactly. And it's the hype mobile.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it gets everybody excited. And it wasn't until 3 or 4 years ago that they actually allowed people
Which I feel is a smart move. I really like that.
Okay.
I just
Okay.
Yeah.
According to Jordan, this was a really smart move.
no, I like that
Allow
they
the general
invited
public
Well, I like
into
that they
E3.
allow the
I
general
know.
public yeah,
to allow the
yeah.
public in to see stuff and play stuff. So, yes, they can do this on their own, which is great. But there's actually a much larger audience because of hype, because of press, because of everything involved with E3. It's never going.
No, I agree with you. I don't think it'll ever go away. And to be honest, really the only companies that can do their own where it's worth it are these big, huge publishers like an Activision, like an EA, a Microsoft or a Sony or a Nintendo. But you're talking about lots of developers trying to get their games out in front of people that just don't have that power. And that's where E3 comes in. Not only that, on top of that, you've got everybody coming all at once. You can introduce and expose your game to lots of people. People get to sample it. Press that get to sample it. Yeah, I just don't think in E3 is going away. I do think we will see more. Having said that, I do think, Colin, that we will see more like an Inside Xbox, a Nintendo Direct. I think we're going to see more of those just because it's good for business. It's your brand. Why not speak directly to your brand and bring out interesting stuff? Keep your brand engaged. Point them in the direction you want them to go. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So great question, though, Colin. Thank you very much for writing in. I'm talking too fast. Reactor Leak writes in and asks, do you guys ever see the Call of Duty or Battlefield franchises as stale? They're gorgeous games, no doubt, but it's more and more of the same, at least for me. New setting, new storyline, new maps, same matches for the most part. Yeah, they're throwing Battle Royale in, but who isn't? It seems like we need a major jolt in the first-person shooter in category to really shake everything up. Great question, Reactor League. I would argue, and me and McSpicy, we had this discussion late last night while we were at the gym, believe it or not.
Yeah.
in the spa.
That
Yeah, we were in the spa,
I
but
do
that was
think
good.
we're in the middle of a first-person shakeup. McSpicy actually convinced me of this last night. It is the Battle Royale mode. This is the first-person shooter genre changing. We're in the middle of that. McSpicy, would you like to expound on that at all? Do you agree with you? That this came from. I'm still in your thought here. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, no. So our discussion last night is, related to this question. Is Battle Royale taking over? And there's concerns, that it's taking over Team Deathmatch, it's taking over Free for All, and my thoughts on this is no, it's the evolution of the genre.
Yeah.
When my data here is going to be my experience. All right, the first-person shooter I've ever played was Wolfenstein, I believe, on the PC.
Multiplayer, single player experience.
Single player, right? Single player. Then you start to get a multiplayer thing going. It's Quake. You had, I remember GoldenEye on the Nintendo
GoldenEye's
64.
4 players, same screen.
4 players, same screen, but you were still against each other, right?
Yeah.
That was free for all. That was the evolution of first-person shooter. Then you had Perfect Dark, which is on the same console, and later on. But that was the first time I was ever able to play with friends on the same team multiplayer.
Yeah.
You had your AI bots. And that was then you go into Halo 1, where you have team deathmatch. And it's the evolution of a team of this PvP, which is a first-person shooter kind of style thing. Battle Royale is what I see as the next evolution of team deathmatch. It's and free for all. It's kind of a hybrid between the two because you have your solo play, but you also have duos. You have your squads. This is the evolution of the genre. It's just those others aren't going away. We always, even though Team Deathmatch came out, we still had free for all.
Yeah,
right?
No, that's true.
I mean, this is just there's a third notch on the list of things that are now a permanent fixture of PvP with first person shooters. So I don't think it's a stale thing. I just think it's the evolution of the genre.
And it's hard to see because I think we're in the middle of it. So it's going to be interesting to see what these big companies take and do. And you don't even have to – it won't even necessarily be a replica skin of a Battle Royale, but they'll take principles from Battle Royale and improve upon them, make them better, make them their own, and who knows where we go from here. So – I agree. I think I agree. I don't think it's stale. And to answer Reactor Leak, I agree with McSpicy. I think this is the major jolt that we're seeing in first-person shooters. We're just in the middle of it, right? So it's hard to see. It's hard to see the hurricane when you're in the middle of the hurricane.
Yeah, and chat's going about all these games that I missed. Yeah, I know but it's just you can see that evolution of the genre, of the first-person shooter or third-person shooter. I'm going to put those in the same bag here.
No, absolutely. No, great question. Reactor Leak. Next question's for Jordan.
Yes.
This comes from Beast420. He
Ah.
says, with the rise of great superhero movies, I'm disappointed we don't have better superhero games. Why do you think that is? He says, my favorite superhero game is hands down The Incredible Hulk. The destruction was so much fun.
Yeah.
There was an X-Men game, I think, X-Men Legends, that had a top-down view. I enjoyed it well. Now, Jordan, you are a little bit of an expert in the arena of superhero games.
X-Men Legends, the one he's talking about, I actually eventually evolved itself to what was it, Marvel Ultimate Alliance.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, that was really cool. And I actually missed that game. I wish they'd make another one. I mean, they have them on backwards compatibility, but I wish they'd make another one. No, I agree with you. I think there needs to be more superhero games. Unfortunately, the only ones they're doing it seems like, is Rocksteady and not Sunset Overdrive. Sorry, Insomniac, right? Insomniac's making Spider-Man.
Injustice,
yeah.
Brian in chat
but
says
I mean,
Injustice, too.
I get Injustice, but I think
like a superhero specific.
Yeah, he's
game.
talking more about
like an RPG,
like an Arkham Knight. I think that's where, like a Ultimate Alliance.
Sure,
you know what I mean, right? So I mean, yeah, you do have Injustice, which is great, but I mean, I'd love to see Rocksteady. And rumor is, right, Rocksteady, who does the Arkham Knight series, is maybe working on a Superman game, which might be fun.
Oh, that would be cool.
Yeah, it'd be interesting. And would it be
but would that game be hard? Because you're Superman.
Well, that's what's interesting is how
you have to have a magic. The ultimate bad guy is magic.
How
Superman has
he's weak to magic.
Yeah, has no defense against magic.
Well, what if he laser
1992 issue 7? He's weak to magic.
Harry Potter can beat Superman.
episode
Yeah, Harry Potter can beat Superman.
Yeah, Dumbledore. You throw Dumbledore in there, Superman's dead.
Oh.
No, but Harry Potter,
Accio Kryptonite. If
Hey,
you know
Harry
what I mean.
Potter's a wiener head.
Accio
You know,
Kryptonite.
but Dumbledore's not.
That's true. Dumbledore is a badass.
Dumbledore could really take it to Superman. Catch him on surprise.
Okay, but see, Superman, all he's got to do, he just has to breathe on people.
Hey, take your Superman hate
Elsewhere.
Okay, I love Superman.
Okay. All right. I guess if there is a magic user out there, in the Superman game, I
The
guess it'll
Superman
be a
bad guy
challenge.
is someone else from Krypton. I mean, really, that's
I think actually Doomsday was
Doomsday
from Krypton.
technically killed him. Don't blame the movie. I mean, don't blame Superman that storytelling because they came out with a crappy movie to explain that.
Well, I feel
but they were at a disadvantage. The writers of that movie are at a disadvantage. What do we do to the guy you can't kill or
Doomsday killed him though, so what they should have done.
If you go all the way back to the '90s comic, and I've had many discussions on the internet.
I was in third grade when Superman died, and when that issue came out, we were standing around before class, and it was like looking at it, and like kids were so sad because in those days you had to wait, and it was like they do them in seasons, right?
I remember that.
So you had to wait like 3 months, so we thought Superman was dead. That's the end.
I remember that.
No, he was dead.
Yeah,
he was dead.
No, he died.
No,
he's dead.
And then they came out with a novel. I actually read the novel.
Well,
I didn't read the novel.
I actually been meaning to bring it and show you guys, but actually,
I might have it.
2 weeks ago, I bought the individual issue of the Death of Superman, individual. It's not in the grad. It's like the individual.
Anyways,
issue.
so the movie, why not just? So this is what they did. This is the mistake they made in the movie. Ready? Sorry, we're getting way off topic here. But
I don't care. I like this.
Yeah.
Doomsday. So you had two storylines in this movie. You had Superman versus Batman. That's a pretty interesting storyline because why not? And then you also have Doomsday. Either one of those could have been its own storyline. Make 2 separate movies. I don't and flesh them out.
They're rushing,
It's so jilted and jolted, and you take a good
Frenetic.
story. It's so frenetic. It's all over the place. You take a good story, and the way you resolve Batman and Superman is they have this. Their moms have the same name, and then Doomsday kills. Are you freaking kidding me? And then if Doomsday kills Superman, do it like you did it when I was a kid. Just leave us hanging. Just let it hide there.
Out of him.
Superman is dead. The end. Because, and this is where they messed up. They bring him back to life in Batman vs Superman, and then all of a sudden, in the next one with the Justice League, they're keep going on like Superman's dead.
No, if in
Like it doesn't make any sense. You're jumping all around the place.
No, I've been on many forums about this discussion. The death of Superman was the death of death. Because what happened is they killed Superman. They ended on such a high note. No, it really is. It really is. They ended on such a high note. He was dead, and then the next month when the revenue wasn't coming in, they're like, oh shoot.
Well, no, but isn't the writer? Isn't Superman like a symbol of Christ? Like the parallel is a religious imagery between Christ and the resurrection.
Superman,
like the writer of Superman created him as a parallel.
Yeah, no, I know. I'm just joking about the whole revenue thing, but maybe they had the whole storyline of him already dying. But I think it was a revenue thing
like,
because like,
we
we just killed off our number one guy,
our number one seller of comics,
Kryptonian skin cells. Throw it in there.
Was he number 1?
Oh, Superman's got to be.
he's up there.
Of all time,
right?
Of all time, most definitely. Because
but
he
think
was
about
the
it.
first one, but
when Superman died, it was a big hit, and then he came back, and then everybody started jumping on. Batman died and came back. Everybody's dying and coming back.
It became a legitimizer for the actual
yeah,
comic character.
It was like,
right? You ain't nothing if you hadn't died yet.
Wait, have you? Have you died yet?
Yeah,
I've died twice.
Back to the line.
Sidekick bench.
You are now Robin status.
Yeah, no, one of my favorite Robins died, and then he
yeah.
came back as his own superhero.
That's true.
Well, actually, he came back as
like
kind of an
sidekick.
anti-hero, but
Whatever.
But Superman death was the death of death. Everybody just does it. It was like the okay card, like Superman did it.
Yeah, well, Superman did. We can do it.
Yeah, I kill Spider-Man next issue, and then we'll bring him back the one after.
Okay, let's do it. We got a medical spider that can bite him.
Yeah, that's basically what and that's what it was. It's like, who's got an idea to bring him back?
Do you know what
Kryptonian skin
Do you know
cells.
my favorite comic book series of all time is, and I would love for them to do a movie of it, but they never will.
Twilight.
No, no, Marvel vs. DC.
Yeah, they had the fans vote.
It was like I want to say like a 6 comic book series, and they matched up everybody.
And the fans voted on who won.
Yeah, it was so cool. I had all the original issues. My friend borrowed them, and he ripped them in half, and then just gave it back to me, like by accident, like one of the back covers. And this is like when they came out, they were like
have
special.
it at my house, actually.
They were like special with gloss.
Mm-hmm. I have it at my house.
You have my comic?
Well, you gave your collection
to
me.
Did I?
Yeah. Yeah, it's at my house.
Did I?
Do you have it in writing?
I gave it to you. Huh?
Because I believe without writing, it's called theft.
It's there.
You know, I had the Doomsday comics in there.
I have them.
So you didn't buy it. You just opened up my box.
No.
Like,
You don't have the Doomsday ones.
Yes.
No. You have them in graphic novel form. So it's like 3 issues per.
You have the
You have
individual issue now.
you have like the 3 books, and it's 3
Yeah.
issues per book. I have the individual actual death.
Anyways, so they had
I'm real proud of you,
in
man.
that
It's not really
one.
worth that
So
much,
in
but-
Marvel vs. DC, it was Hulk versus Superman, which was really interesting.
Yeah.
It was actually a really interesting battle.
Yeah.
I believe
Actually, there was
Superman
one part that pissed me off. It was more story writing because didn't they have fans vote on who would win? And that's how they decided who won. I just remember Wonder Woman lost, but she lost because she was dumb. She had Thor's hammer in her hand. She was like, no, I'll fight without it. And you're like, what are you doing?
Yeah, what?
You got Thor's hammer.
Honor. This is war, baby.
You put it down. I just didn't like that writing style. But then, Batman and Captain America, they're like, hey, we'll fix this.
I don't know. That's like, in every fight scene movie when it's the gentleman's agreement where John Wick puts down the gun and the other guy on the bridge puts down the gun.
I guess.
And then they
then
just run.
just duke it out. Yeah.
If John,
I get that.
hold on. If John Wick has Thor's hammer, would he put that down?
He did. He does at the end of the movie.
A gun. I get. Thor's hammer.
I would argue that a Desert Eagle in the hands of John Wick is equivalent to Thor's hammer. Have you seen him use that gun?
It is pretty intense. Yep, that's it. I have it. DC versus.
I would argue
I feel
that
like they had
it's that powerful.
Here are the matchups in the Marvel vs. DC. Aquaman versus Namor. I don't even know Namor. Aquaman wins that one.
Spoiler alert!
Elektra versus Catwoman. Who do you think wins?
Catwoman.
Who would you? Who?
Elektra.
I think Elektra would have to win.
Yeah, Elektra,
Lightning?
because she's the assassin.
Dude, do you remember your satellite dish that got hit by lightning? You can't see what
Electra
that did?
doesn't do lightning.
Elektra's the assassin. She's got the
assassin.
size.
Oh, Elektra.
Yeah.
I'm thinking.
Just because her name is Electra doesn't mean
thinking
she
Storm.
Raiden versus Catwoman.
Storm. I'm an idiot.
Raiden wins.
Elektra won by cutting off Catwoman's whip as she hung from a girder on a building under construction.
From a girder. This is definitely fan made.
Okay, Flash versus Quicksilver.
Oh, they're like the same guy. They're the
they're the
exact same.
exact
Do they just
same.
run into each other?
Like,
Or do they
it's
race?
whoever runs out of their metallic.
I
Yeah,
love
whoever's
I love,
shoes burn
I
out
love
first.
I love the way they put this. Flash versus Quicksilver. Flash wins using superior speed.
It's fun. Oh yeah.
Okay, Robin versus Jubilee.
Didn't Jubilee win?
No, Robin won.
That's right, he did. Wait, which Robin is it?
He used his cape as a decoy, and then he tied up Jubilee.
And
Probably Dick Grayson. That sounds like a good Dick Grayson movie.
That's like a Dick Grayson movie. Okay, here we
has
go.
fireworks, though.
Here we go. Here's the big boys now. Now we're getting to the big boys.
Okay.
Silver Surfer versus the Green Lantern.
Silver
I'm
Surfer.
gonna go Surfer.
He's
Oh.
like 7 across the board on my flare cards that I had when I was a kid. He was like
Green
seriously.
Lantern had 1/8 though.
No, 7 was the max. Silver Surfer had the intelligence, speed.
Yeah, well, Silver
everything.
Surfer, he's a galactic. Well, so is Green Lantern. I'd say Silver Surfer.
So
Silver
Silver
Surfer,
Surfer
easy.
won when both collided with each other and released a huge explosion, which knocked out Green Lantern but left Silver Surfer.
Now, is that the Green Lantern
unfazed.
corpse or is that just Hal Jordan?
I don't know. It
No,
doesn't. It doesn't say.
I mean, the
How's
guy,
his
the guy
name?
blows up planets. I mean, what can you do against that?
Okay.
He's the Thanos.
Thor versus Captain Marvel.
They're kind of the same thing.
Yeah. Let's go. I pick Thor because he's my guy.
He's
yeah,
your guy.
I know.
You
He's
can
up.
trust
I
him.
don't.
I
You
can't
don't see
remember
a
who
Captain
won.
Marvel
Well, guess
poster
what?
up there.
Guess what? You picked correctly
Yeah.
because Thor won when Captain Marvel was forced to change back to his alter ego, Billy.
That's right, because
That's
Captain
right.
Marvel's a little kid.
He's
Yeah,
a
that's
kid.
right. Yeah.
He's a spoiled little kid.
Superman versus the Hulk.
I think Superman
wins eventually.
I think it was a tough fight though.
Yeah, it was like the ultimate fight. It like went pages.
That's what ripped your pages.
Yeah,
Oh
that's
my
what ripped my
God.
pages.
Whoa.
Okay, here we go. Spider-Man versus Superboy.
Oh, I think I know who wins this one, and I think Mark will be proud.
Superboy? Wait, Superboy. Do I know Superboy?
He's just
Yeah,
one of those
Superboy. He's
like
like a
super character.
child
He's
Superman.
Yeah, he's like he's
like a
super
teenage
boy.
Superman.
Well, that sucks. Spider-Man loses against
He's a
child Superman.
prepubescent
I think you'll be
Superman.
pleasantly surprised actually, because I think I remember this fight.
Are you ready for this? With the advantage of his spider sense,
Yep.
Spider-Man wins by tying up Superboy with impact webbing and electrocuting him with high voltage.
Oh.
So I don't think he doesn't
Well,
kill him.
he's not a very much of a
Was Raiden.
Superboy.
Okay, here we
I
go.
think we should just call him Boy.
Here we go. Batman versus Captain America.
Stalemate because they figure out what's going on.
they're smart people. I mean, I would say let's give the edge to Batman because he looked at that crime scene and figured it out.
It says basically they ended up a stalemate, but Captain America needs rescuing from drowning by Batman, and he's unconscious, so technically Batman wins.
Well, because what happened is they figured out why their worlds were being collided.
The gods. It was the
Yeah,
gods forcing
the big
everyone
Titan
to fight.
gods. Yeah.
Okay, we got two left here.
All right.
Oh my gosh.
Storm versus Wonder Woman.
Oh, this is so stupid.
This is
This pisses me off.
this is George.
You have the friggin' hammer. You literally have the. It's even. She's Storm. You have the hammer of lightning.
Yeah. So after
But
that,
I mean, Wonder Woman is basically indestructible.
It's stupid. She goes, "I will put down my hammer."
so after Diana drops Thor's hammer in order to allow the fight to happen as it was intended, Storm wins the battle after repeatedly hitting Diana with her lightning.
Wait a minute. Yeah, she's
After a brief
she's
melee
basically got
encounter.
the rod, like the electric rod that'll all just. Okay, yeah, that was a stupid move.
Yeah, I told you. That's like, oh, great. Our country's being attacked. Let me, let me put down my
guns down.
gun. Yeah. And we'll fight them hand to hand.
You have a gun.
Just
Let me
even the
take off
plane.
my
Hey,
Kevlar.
wait,
Yeah,
hey, wait.
yeah.
Let me even the playing field. Why do you want to even the playing field?
Yeah.
Okay, last but not least, Wolverine versus Lobo.
I think Wolverine's going to win, but Lobo's he's going to have some good comments.
Well, yeah, Wolverine is like he can't die, man.
Yeah, but Lobo, I mean, he's a biker. I mean,
Okay. I don't know. I'd say Wolverine does it.
Wolverine beats Lobo in a brutal bar fight, which was largely off panel.
Yeah. Let's say that's why he made the wall up there.
That's why he's up there.
They were
fighting
probably
Wolverine.
drinking together and they had a
We see it,
disagreement and just started fighting.
We can't see it. I'm going to put my camera on me. So you
Oh,
guys
right
can
there.
see that.
There it is. Oh, Wolverine picture. It's so cool. So cool.
That's
Anyways,
good.
back to our question. So Beast 420. Any
I
games
would-
you
I
can
would-
recommend
I
to
would
him?
lo-
Superhero game.
I mean, the Arkham
Or do you
series,
agree with
right?
him that there's not really?
If you've never played Ultimate Alliance, which he probably has because he played the original X-Men ones,
Sure.
and the game kind of evolves from those. The Ultimate Alliance is a great one. It's backwards compatibility right now. Arkham Knight series is really fun. Arkham City, the second one, is the best in my opinion.
So
Sorry. Arkham City, because Arkham Knight was the last one.
Yeah.
Honestly, I hope the rumors are true. I hope there's a Superman game coming out. I think there's more room for superheroes
Yeah, I agree.
in games.
Well, Spider-Man on PlayStation. I mean, that
Yeah,
looks
Spider-Man
really
on
good.
PlayStation. was gonna
Spider-Man 2 on the old, was it the Nintendo 64? I believe.
I think it was like, wasn't there a Spider-Man on Xbox?
I think so. It was one of those.
Like
that was
original.
like one of my favorite games ever.
I just like
It
swinging.
was- they made swinging hard, and so when you got good at it, you just swing around in the game. It
And
was,
good.
therapeutic.
You swang.
You
swang. You swang.
swinged it, baby.
You swang.
And then the arcade game from the 90s, X-Men, where Magneto comes out randomly.
I don't know if I
To
played that
die.
one.
And he goes, "Welcome to Die." I played that at my dollar theater that I was near when I was growing up every day of my life.
I mean, not to get technical, but isn't Sonic a superhero? Technically,
Well, yeah, is Rayman a superhero?
Rayman's
at that point?
technically a
I mean,
superhero.
I mean, is Raiden a superhero at that point? I believe we're talking
Scorpion.
about comics, not superheroes.
Okay, fair point. Great question, Beast 420. Thank you so much for writing in. Nerdy Meathead. This one's for me. Writes in.
I like that name,
His
Nerdy
name is
Meathead.
awesome.
That's a good name.
Writes in and asks, I'm curious to why aren't any of the Forza titles on the Game Pass when it's an Xbox exclusive?
Are they
It
not?
is- they are not right now, and it's because the Game Pass was announced after both of those games released. So if you notice, none of the
They
none of the
loopholed us.
They loopholed us, yeah. So none of the past Xbox exclusive games are like Halo is, but it's not like they didn't retroactive the Game Pass. And with Forza, honestly, why would you? It's a super popular
But
game.
they did say all future
Ones
Microsoft
will
ones.
be. So yeah,
Forza
future Forza. So Forza Horizon 4, which is
and
going to be announced at
Forza
E3, and
8
Forza
or
8.
7, or which one are we on?
It'll be
8?
Forza 8.
Will
be
be.
exclusive there. But great question, because I'm sure a lot of people had that. Absolutely. Last but not least,
Yes.
Tyler McGlasson writes
All right.
in and wants to know, with the release of the Battlefield trailer and with Call of Duty,
All right.
hold on, we
Did
now
you want to
know-
read this before you?
no,
I
sorry.
think they should come out.
he says we now know what the showdown will look like this year. He says, I can't help but feel like Battlefield missed the mark by creating another title in the World War era. After having done the World War I theme last year and Call of Duty having done World War II, it feels like I'm having a hard time getting excited about the upcoming return to World War II. What are your thoughts on this? Do you think the setting matters as much, or are you more excited about the gameplay improvements like we saw in the release show? Thank you guys. Love the show. Thanks, Tyler McGlasson. I think that's a great question. I think I know what Jordan's going to say.
Yeah,
I think Jordan is more excited for the gameplay improvements.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. Like,
Than setting.
If it like we said last week, I was hoping for a more modern setting because I
Okay.
just think it'd be nice to go back modern. But I mean, I don't have a problem with World War II, and I mean, if Battlefield does what they do, which is good stuff, and especially with all these new gameplay changes, I'm excited for whatever era it's. Now, Battlefield always nails the era, right?
Yeah.
They haven't not nailed an era, so that's why I know Mark didn't like the trailer.
It's a pseudo World War
I
II.
didn't know where the first time I watched the trailer, I didn't know where I was going until I kind of learned all the features and stuff and watched the But I'm gonna wait till E3 till we get to play it and see, because I mean, we're just watching it, like you said, we're just watching a trailer. Let's see how gameplay lays out.
Yeah.
I mean, let's see if they can still nail the era, because I
Yeah.
feel like they always do that, and that's half the fun.
Yeah.
But honestly, if they do what Battlefield does, what DICE does, and that's make a smoking game,
Smoking hot.
then I'm in.
You're in all the way.
Yeah.
So for you, gameplay matters more than setting.
Oh yeah.
McSpicy, how about you? Setting matter? Gameplay?
No, yeah. Gameplay's it's
Gameplay's
always going to
king.
be a
King.
Yeah.
If it's a sucky game, no one's going to play it, right?
If it's a sucky game, then the setting matters. Because a crappy game, let's be honest, a crappy game
In a good setting.
in, I don't know, on the ocean with pirates,
might have a little bit more
Might
leniency.
has a little bit more, leniency there.
Yeah. No, the setting is the icing on the cake, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I've done World War II so many times. Yeah. Although I mean, I think that's one of the most interesting war eras
It definitely is.
It really is.
out there because you have.
Just the
Well,
world was
and
literally
clearly, I
at
mean,
war.
they're trying to do kind of more obscure stories that we don't
Yeah.
commonly know about, so it could be super interesting that way.
So I mean, yeah, I give it a hard time, but I gave it a hard time because it was Willy Wonka's Chocolate Factory versus World War II, right? It was
Yeah.
just really too. It was just everyone was so happy. I didn't understand. So if it's fun, yes, I'm gonna like it. I'm gonna play it. Yeah, whatever. It's gameplay, and that matters way more than setting.
Setting, yeah. Like so for instance, here's an example. A crappy Star Wars game you'll still play because the setting is Star Wars.
Yeah, that's funny.
Right?
That's true. But
That's
won't-
like one of the rare instances that gameplay you'll be disappointed still. But very few games does setting
Yeah.
trump gameplay.
Yeah, that's true. So there are unique special cases, but the difference is, I mean, we've had World War II way more than we've had Star Wars, right?
Yeah.
For me, anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've had World War II lots of times. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, on that note, thank you for joining us, everybody.
Yeah.
That does us for this week. Mr. Miss Spicy, where can people find you? What do you think you're going to be changing up Fortnite or anything? You want to know? Oh, you want to know what we didn't talk about? A game that's just got, it's there. And I'm like, I gotta. Kingdom Come Deliverance announced their roadmap for all their DLC.
Yeah.
Some very cool things are coming.
That was a cool game.
Some free DLCs
I
coming.
really like that
really
developer.
supporting it, extending the
awesome.
story, everything. I want to jump in. I want to jump in and play some. It's just it's a rabbit hole. You jump into a
Henry.
game like that.
And Ray.
And
Ray.
Ray. And Ray.
And Ray.
Oh man, did you? the part that just makes me enjoy that game so much is the preacher. That whole scene with the preacher. You talk to him at the bar to try to get information. Have you played that far yet?
No, not me.
Oh my gosh, I've laughed so hard. He's like the guy. I don't know, the head of a church of some town or something, and it is a funny scene. Like
That is hilarious.
you have a good time,
And
a
Ray.
really good time,
And Ray.
And Ray.
and then you have to give the sermon after with a hangover.
Well, and the way Henry talks to, he's like, I think I've got to go back to my town. I've got to go see if people are still there. I wouldn't do that, Henry. I wouldn't do that.
Oh, that's a good game. That's a really
Anyways,
good
it's
game.
like because that's it's like a Skyrim feel to
It
me.
really is, yeah.
So that is a game I want to get back into. But anyways, and do you see yourself jumping into any games? Like you might check out the Hungering Deep perhaps this week.
Well,
or?
what I want to do is Divinity
Oh
Original
yeah, we gotta
Sin
do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, is that 3-player co-op then?
It's 4.
Oh yeah,
Quattro.
the Quattros.
So I do
Might
wanna
even
play
be
that.
more.
Maybe I just give up on this week's challenges of Fortnite because I really want to
Mulligan.
Yeah, just have it a mulligan. Maybe Fortnite will change it last day so I
Oh,
can do it or something.
Sorry, I just remembered something. Can I talk about a news story that I'm super hyped for?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we can talk about
Okay,
that.
let me tell you. Golf Club, the next iteration of Golf Club,
Oh.
HB Studios. So ready for this? Remember how crappy the last PGA Tour, the Rory McIlroy PGA Tour was? The EA, so because EA obviously has the license to PGA. Guess who doesn't have the license to PGA anymore?
Oh.
EA. Guess who does have the license?
Huh.
HB Studios Golf Club.
Oh.
That's an independent studio.
Wow.
What does that tell you? Like, PGA was like, "Why? What are you guys doing to golf, man? What do you EA? You screwed it up. We're gonna go to these guys. I am so excited. Now we're gonna have actual golfers. We're gonna have a tour, the whole shot. Congratulations to HB Studios.
Yeah,
Well
that's very
deserved.
cool.
That is such a good golf game. And you know what they did? They just went back to basics. They said, let's create a golf game. You know what I mean? Like nothing fancy.
Up and back.
Let's create a golf game. Meanwhile, EA kind of got wrapped up in its own success. Like its success killed it, and they let's add these features and these features and these features and these features, and
Yeah.
it was like
That was cool.
wasn't golf anymore.
The battleship thing. That was pretty cool.
I thought it sucked.
That has nothing to do with golf.
When you got the frostbite engine.
So they're like, we have the frostbite engine. How far can we push golf?
Yeah.
Let's have a battleship crash into the island.
What if the ball hits the tree and it explodes?
Dude, I'm so excited. Congratulations, HB Studios.
Yeah,
I am
very cool.
Super stoked for that. Sorry, McSpicy, did you say where people can find you?
Yes, I'm on Twitter at Mr. McSpicy. My gamer tag on Xbox Live is Mr. McSpicy as well.
Boom.
Yeah.
Jordan, how about you? What will you be playing? Anything surprising?
Probably Sea of Thieves because of the new DLC. And
Deep,
then
baby.
some more ESO because I've been really enjoying myself.
Hey, want me to
there.
help you get 20 chests?
Yeah,
20
that'd be
chests
nice.
in it?
That'd be nice.
I don't want to do that again.
Very nice of you.
You should do it again and then let me sign in at the last moment.
Okay.
Yeah, that's really what it is. Yeah. So probably a little bit more ESO because I've been having fun with that. Some Sea of Thieves, and maybe some other stuff.
Yeah.
There's always some other stuff that I like to throw in there.
Yeah, Diesel72 in chat is right. I did not mention that EA still will have something to do with the PGA, but they're not saying what. But HB Studios
concessions.
does have licensing to PGA, so that's just really exciting. Last but not least, I am X1. I will be playing Sea of Thieves Hungry and Deep this week, diving in, seeing, is this game... I'll be seeing. If this game... If it stays after next week's episode, I'll be able to tell you should you stay in Sea of Thieves or not. That's gonna be my deciding factor. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for joining us today. It's been a great show. Thank you for tuning in to another fantastic episode of Positive Gaming. We are Xbox. We are the XoneBros. We're all about Xbox One awesomeness. Don't forget to subscribe and rate us over on iTunes. It really helps the show with rankings. Helps expose the community to more gamers. Spread the word, baby. We love gaming. We love this community. Have a great week, everybody. We'll see you next time.
All right, everybody. Let me unmute everybody.
Thank you so much, everybody, for joining us today. So much fun. We got two things that we're going to do. We are going to do our producer credits one more time for everybody. Our producers. These are the credits. The credits you're seeing right now are our supporters on Patreon.
What direction? It's this direction. It's over there.
It's that way.
That way. Yeah.
That way. that way,
Let's come
right
in.
there. It's really hard to do. It's really hard to do. And our producers, our supporters, anybody who pledges or subscribes for $20 or more, super excited. So, hey guys, thank you so much for joining us. That was a lot of fun. After the producer credits, we will host someone. We're not really going to do raids anymore because we think we kind of disrupt people's streams, but we will host someone. So stay tuned, and then you can let them know you came from the XoneBros podcast. Stay tuned for that. Let's roll something.
There's
awesome.
a lot of good songs out there.
Awesome. Oh, here it is. It's time. It's time,
It's
everybody.
time for our producers, baby.
It's time to celebrate the production of the producers. Here we go.
Here we go.
Beast.
Oh!
The Beastie. Jordan, give me something.
I don't know what to give you.
Oh, boom shakalaka. It's Chief Wiggum.
That's a good picture.
Oh yeah.
Smoking hot.
Oh yeah.
Christ.
Chris Curran. I'm sure I messed it up.
Dark Knight. Dark Knight.
Dark Knight, there he is.
Yeah, with a little Nathan Fillion.
Ooh, Dylan Domingo, double D's.
The D.
Coming
Double
at,
D.
coming at us.
Squared. D squared
Oh.
followed by Freaky RO.
Teaching his son how to be a man.
I've met Freaky in real life.
Boy. Oh yeah.
Greg Cheney.
Oh yeah.
Both
With-
at
Harrigan.
the same time. Oh, I love that. This is my favorite angle.
Happy Mayo.
Happy Mayo.
He knows how to.
Kid of all
Oh.
dreams.
Geralt.
Geralt, just looking like a badass.
Yeah.
Being
With
a
Car-
badass in the fog.
Michael Contini with Siri.
Don't
Don't tell Geralt.
Serious.
Don't tell Geralt.
Nerdy meathead.
Oh.
Thank you very much.
Rainbow Six.
R56 Cooper again,
Yes.
rolling in the
Saved
style.
David's life the other day.
Looking good. Ronan looking like a schizophrenic badass.
Terry Isepi. I hope I pronounced that right.
Yes, it's Tezaman.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Thank you, producers. Appreciate everybody for being here. Have no fear, Ronan's here. That's right. Let me figure out, guys, who we're going to host. 1 second.
Hosty host.
We're
And
gonna-
for those, while he's looking someone up, if you guys, anyone wants to be on that, go to x1bros.com and click on the Patreon button. Hold on. Let me mute that. Click on the Patreon button, and you can see how to be on that wonderful producer slide right there. That we really appreciate everyone that supports us, so thank you very much.
Yes. All right, everybody. I am going to host MyXoMyosis. This is a streamer. He doesn't really know me, but I know him. I enjoy his stream. He streams single-player story games, and he's really good at it.
Looks like he's doing a little.
He's a really cool
Detroit.
guy, so we're going to stream him today. Everybody, thank you for being here. Just stay in channel. I'll hit the host button. Just let them know you came from the X1 Bros. And thank you very much, guys. Have a great week. We'll see